know what I'm going to do with myself. So time to find out some new hobbies, I guess,
Yes,
on my Sunday mornings.
Oscar, first time for you back on September 10th, 2024, or yes, 2023, excuse me. So years ago, here it is.
Wow. I'm Oscar Henderson. This is also going to be my first year at Impact. And, of course, go Lions. Big day on Thursday. I'm really excited about that.
Little did he know what nothing had really changed.
Nothing would change. Nothing would change. I still am a Lions fan. Still love my sports. I came on here last week and said I was really excited for playoffs. Playoffs are not fun anymore. They're not fun. They're not fun. But
it switches, yes.
Nonetheless, I can't believe this has been it, man. I can't believe it. Hearing that again is just
crazy, right?
So crazy.
Yeah, and 2 weeks later, Jack Dale made his first appearance. That was September 24th, 2024, or 2023. I've messed them both up. I'm going to type 2026 on the show sheet for some reason. But Jack Dale, this was you back then.
That was what bothered me, I would say.
What bothered me this weekend was the immense amount of sun that I got yesterday at the Michigan State game. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm a ginger, so I gotta be careful. I got absolutely obliterated by the sun. I don't know if you can see it on my neck.
I'm very red this morning.
Yeah, so...
I thought you were just a Buckeye fan.
No.
Yes, that is your first appearance.
Unbelievable, man. Nothing much has changed either, MSU football, it's still hot over there.
So much has changed, but also yet nothing has changed.
Yeah, nothing.
Kind of in the same way. But.
Yes. No, exactly. How are you doing today, Jack? How are you feeling for the last episode? You ready for those phones?
I'm excited, but also kind of just can't believe that it's done.
I know. We're going to reflect on for the last 10 minutes of the show. Until then, we're moving at breakneck speed. We got to reflect back to my first time on this show. That was all the way back on August 26th, 2023.
Sir, this year, Joe Dez getting in on the airwaves, Joe.
Yeah, it's good to be here, Zach. Should be a fun year. Excited to hop in on the team.
I love Joe Dez on the mic.
Yes, so tell us who you are, a little about yourself, what you do, and then your favorite memory covering Michigan State sports.
Yeah, so I'm Joe Dez. I've basically run my own podcast for a few years. I'm going to be the social media, or not social media, but the media producer for Impact Radio here.
So young, so fresh, so boyish. And now it's all changed. We've gone through the wars of Michigan State for 4 years.
Oh, boy.
And we're on the other side. But you might have recognized one other voice in that clip. Jack David, is he on the phone right now?
He is.
Yes,
Jack.
The first guest of the episode, Zach Serdenik, the 2023 or 2024 sports director and former host of the Green and White Report. Zach, how are you doing?
What's up, guys? It's going well. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good. We're happy to have you back. Our first episodes, we just played our first moments on the show. All of them were with Zach as the host. Zach, can you catch everybody up on what you've been up to?
Yeah, so I am now the play-by-play broadcaster for the Erie Seawolves, the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. I also work as the pregame, halftime, postgame host for MSU basketball on Spartan Media Network.
Some pretty awesome stuff.
Yes, sir.
You started doing the pregame, postgame, halftime, all that stuff, I believe, before last season when they won the Big Ten championship, not the one that just finished up. Zach, got to ask about how those 2 years have been so far for you.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, good team, a lot of fun to cover that group. Some really good stories on there, some great interviews, and it's been obviously pretty successful seasons, a couple of second weekend trips, a Big Ten title, second place this year. So you're able to kind of find your way through that. But it has been a fun situation to be in, and it's always nice to be around East Lansing.
It's great to see you killing it, man. I've got to ask, how did Impact shape you into the role that you're in now? How'd they get you prepared for the real world?
Impact helped me in a lot of ways. It gave me some of my first opportunities to continue to get on the air and develop things. And it also allowed me to cover sports at a high level with a professionalism that was respected across the university and through athletic communications. They were always great to us, and they've continued to be. And that definitely just kind of helped to continue to jumpstart where I was at when I got into school.
Yeah, and for those who don't realize, Zach's doing us quite a big favor right here. He's about to announce a doubleheader. He's got pretty extreme day coming up. Oscar and Jack, you guys haven't gotten to talk to Zach in a little bit. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask?
Not that I can think of. Good to hear from you again, Zach. Yeah. Congratulations on the Erie job. That is huge. Congratulations. But yeah, man, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Again, we just played our first, clips, and I vividly remember that first episode I had, and I immediately rung the bell when there was a trivia question on who Nick Saban's first home loss was on Alabama. had a good ring on that one. Good setup from Zach Zerdenick on the question too.
Hey, got to do what you got to do. Yeah, no, today is going to be a fun day. We got 14 innings in Binghamton, New York, in the middle of the mountains. So, gotta love it.
Jack Down, anything you'd like to say, Zach?
Zach, first, great to hear from you again. It's been a long time since I've talked to you, but thanks for letting me on the show in the first place. Because I don't know if I would be here right now if I didn't come up to you at one of those sports meetings and ask to come on. But it's great to hear from you. It's great to see that you're doing well. Congrats on the Erie job. Excited to see, just how far you're going to make it in the play-by-play space.
Thanks so much. It's great to see you guys killing it as well. I've been keeping up with things as much as I can when I'm on campus or even out here on the road in minor league baseball. So, been killing it, guys.
Thank you, Zach. We really appreciate it. We'll keep you here for one more second. I don't know if I fully explained at depth what the plan for this show is, but we're setting a record for guests in a show. We've got 30 planned. Next up is AJ Evans and Jack Moreland. Is there anything you'd like us to talk to them about? Any little suggestions you could give us?
Well, tell them I say hello. I love those guys. They're both some of my best friends in the world that I met at Impact. I don't know. I mean, it's always fun to talk hoops with those guys. Those guys have definitely know their stuff. And so it's just keeping them going. They're both killing it. They're different spots. And just send my love as always.
We'll make sure that we tell them you said hello, Zach. The final question I've got before we let you go. Appreciate you giving some of your time to us today. Zach, right on the other side of this week is graduation for all three of us. If you could look back and talk to yourself fresh off graduation, what words of advice would you give yourself?
It's an interesting question. I was talking to my wife earlier, and she was like, 2 years ago was graduation. And I was like, whoa, that's right. It was 2 years ago today was graduation for me and AJ and JMO. And the big thing that I think I would say is just kind of know that it's going to work out and kind of relaxed about things because things work the way that they're supposed to. Like the job that I got that summer that I graduated was a good job, but it's not the job I was looking to get at that point. But without that job, I wouldn't have gotten into the situation I'm in where I got the Lakeland Flying Tigers job last year and now up in Erie. And so it all kind of finds its way to work out. Got to obviously continue to put in the work at a high level, but just give yourself a little grace and relax a little bit because it's going to work out.
That's great advice. Yeah. Well, wise words from the original host for all of us. Yes, thank you, Zach. That's definitely grateful to hear that for sure. That's about all that we need from you today, Zach. Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck on that doubleheader.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Talk to you soon.
You too, Zach.
All right, Jack Dale, get ready for call number 2. I'll pass it over to you. AJ Evans already getting rung in. Make sure that you give him an intro about what's going on for the show. But yes, the first caller down. We're 1 through 30 so far. It's going to be a very good episode.
We got a good process going here so far right now.
We're going with, we got a good time frame at the beginning. We got about 5 minutes to guess. At one point, we're breaking into about 1-2 minutes per guess, and that's when the breakneck speed really starts. But I'm excited. Hope that you're all enjoying over the airwaves. You're in the car right now. Make sure that you wear your seatbelt. Stay looking at the road. No phone time right now. Jack, is the phone ready?
Yes, AJ.
Well, for guest number 2, AJ Evans, the 2023 to 2024 co-host of the Green and White Report and former sports editor of Impact Radio. AJ, how are you doing?
What's up, man? How you guys doing? It's great to hear from you all.
Great to hear from you, too. These mics, I've missed hearing your voice on them, AJ. I want to know what you've been doing out in Grand Rapids. Please tell me about it.
Absolutely, man. Yes, I've been working as a digital content producer here for Wood TV8, the NBC affiliate in GR. So essentially, I'm like a digital reporter. I do a lot of writing, a lot of editing, and then I'm also a co-host of our NBA show that we air on our app Wood TV Plus. It's called NB8.
That's pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, I didn't know about. I didn't know about the sports show. That's really cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's we started it about so when the season started, I would say, and been recording every week. It's been a lot of fun. I still try and do as much sports as I can. You know.
Oh, it's great to hear. For those who don't know, AJ Evans is a true baller himself. He fake juked me in the hallway, and my ankles are still broken to this day. I didn't have medical insurance at the time. But AJ, I want to look back at your time at Impact. When you look back at Impact, think of Impact Radio, what memories come to your mind?
Oh, man. I mean, the big stuff will always be cool, covering the Sweet 16 at the Garden and, going to all of the Big Ten venues across the Midwest. But I think the little things really stand out, like the long drives and the plane rides, going out to dinner, all of that stuff is timeless. Those are memories you can't replicate. And they're a big part of my life in college, and I will forever be grateful for those times. So, yeah, I say the little things, the things outside of the games are probably the things that I cherish the most.
One of those things, we talked to your good friend Zach Serdank just a moment ago. You're sandwiched in a good spot right here, AJ. Right after you is Jack Moreland, some of the old green and white crew, pretty much. They were all here when we first started off. Is there anything you'd like to say to Jack? Anything that you'd like us to bring up? It might have been a little bit since you two have crossed paths.
Oh, man. J-Mo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Me and J-Mo talk all the time.
Good.
J-Mo's like a brother to me. So, I mean, I'm always messing with him. I was just talking with him, but no, I don't think there's anything, man. He just I don't know, remind him about all the games of Password that I beat him at. That's what I
Okay, I had to make sure you and J-Mo are still in contact. That was me setting it up as if you guys hadn't talked in a while, just to prepare myself for the heartbreak if that was so.
Well,
I'm happy to hear it's not true.
No,
Very good.
We talk all the time, man. He comes out to GR every once in a while. We talk like every day.
That's awesome to hear. He obviously has got work with Detroit Mercy. We'll be talking to him very shortly. But AJ, I want to focus on you for a little bit. Graduation, we just talked to Zach a little bit about it, but graduation's coming right up for all three of us. Really want to know, when you look back at the time then you graduated, what you maybe would have been able to tell yourself if you could change it and go back to that time.
Oh, man. I think I would just tell myself to slow down and breathe, and I think I would just say things work themselves out. They really do. When you work hard and when you're good to people and when you put your best foot forward, you will get all of the good things coming your way. And I know it might be hard to believe at times, but it really is true. Every opportunity isn't for you, but the ones that are meant for you are going to come your way. Just continue to keep your head down and work hard. And that's the message I would say to you guys. Enjoy this time as much as you can. I know it's super emotional. I know you guys are probably a little sad and, anxious about what's next, but everything that's next it's already prepared. It's already prepared, and you all just have to continue to be yourselves. That's all you got to do.
It's beautiful words of advice from AJ Evans. Thank you. AJ, one final question before we let you go. We really appreciate you being here, spending some time with us on this Sunday morning. AJ, I've got to ask you, is the real world all it's cracked up to be? I keep hearing about this big bad monster called the real world. Is that true, or how is it really?
Oh, man, the real world, you guys are going to be more than fine. You're going to be more than fine. I mean, we're young, so, people think that we've had things the easy way and blah, blah, blah and all that. But you guys are going to be fine. You guys are going to go in and shake up the world and do great things, just like how you did at MSU. You're going to be more than fine. Thank
you, AJ. Any final things you'd like to say over these airwaves before we let you go?
Man, I just want to tell you guys, I'm so proud of you all. I followed you guys from afar. You guys have continued to kill it. You guys are going to continue to kill it wherever you go and whatever you decide to do. Love all of you guys, and I'm super thankful that I got to meet you all and work with you all. It's a privilege that I will never take for granted.
Thank you, AJ. We love you, too. We appreciate you calling in. We'll talk to you soon. Jack Dale, get that call to Jack Moreland cooking. There you go, White. Thank you, AJ.
God, gotta love hearing from those guys again.
Oh,
awesome. So awesome. Love to hear that AJ.
I always remembered him as, especially when it was Zach, Matt, and AJ.
Mm-hmm.
I always remembered AJ as he was the cool head that prevailed all the time.
Before I came up with the idea to make this many calls, I originally was going to be playing a lot of clips from the past, and I listened to quite a few, and one of them was AJ Evans saying to Matt Merrifield, just, why are you always so angry, man? And I think that perfectly describes...
sounds so accurate.
Yeah, it's perfectly described that period of the show. Matt Merrifield would come in after covering probably the worst year of MSU football you could cover, and then have to come in and pretend to put on a smile as his Colts went 2-10. It was not the best for Matt Merrifield.
Oh, man. Great times.
We'll be hearing from him later. Jack Moreland, I believe, the fan favorite photographer for Impact Radio, is calling in. J-Mo, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. We just finished talking to Zach Serdank and AJ Evans. Happy to have you on the line now. Jack, please tell everybody what you've been doing now in Detroit with Detroit Mercy.
Dude, yeah, I was listening to Zach and AJ talk. Always great to hear them. Those are my guys. But yeah, I've been spending the last 2 years down here in Detroit at Detroit Mercy, getting my master's degree and working for the athletics department. So I've been taking a lot of pictures, doing some graphic design and all that, and just enjoying Titan athletics, man.
It's awesome to hear. I've gotten to see JMO a couple of times, whether it be at softball or men's basketball. Gotten to see him, and it's made me happy every single time, JMO. I hope that you know that. Always a ray of sunshine. Excuse me.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. The feeling's mutual.
Thank you. JMO, I would like to ask you a little bit. I've talked to Zach, I've talked to AJ about what Impact meant to them. I want to know what Impact Radio means to you as you look back a couple of years away from it.
Oh my gosh, Impact just means everything, man. I mean, it was such a beautiful organization to be part of. So much passion, across the whole organization. Obviously, the sports department is where I spent most of my time, but anybody you'd run into loved Impact and loved music and was just passionate about what they were doing. And it was so cool to see that level of professionalism and just talent across the board. It's so primarily student-led and everything too. So Impact is incredible, and it prepared me for everything, going forward.
It's a funny thing with Impact, because when you're in sports, you start thinking that sports is working so hard and everyone's doing so much there, and then you start listening to one of the late-night shows at 1 a.m.
Like,
and
wait a second.
You start realizing, those hosts are killing it. Yeah, you got Connor Gilly on Hours of Powers. There's a lot of talent around Impact Radio.
So much.
JMO, when you reflect on your time at Impact, when you stepped through the doors of Holden Hall versus when you left for the final time, what changed in you?
I mean, Impact is really where I fell in love with photography. I want to give a huge shout out to Sarah Smith, who was the sports photo editor before me. She really established like the visual presence of WDBM sports, and just paved the way for me to be able to cover all the amazing athletic contests that I did and everything, and create our social media presence and everything. So, I mean, it just gave me the opportunity. Even Brendan Shabath, who was the sports director before Zach, helped make the connection here at Detroit Mercy for me. So, it's like there were just so many great people who, like I said, were true professionals even at such a young age, and helped make my path what it was. So I'm immensely thankful.
Get to meet a lot of great people. It's one of the greatest parts of this university is how many people you get to interact with. And we've got Brent Shabath calling in at 11:40, so it's a very fun show here today, JMO.
Oh, great.
Yeah, any final words you'd like to say over these airwaves? Oscar, Jack, anything you'd like to ask JMO? It's been probably a while since you've heard from JMO.
Yeah, it was. I bumped into JMO the men's basketball game this year, and it was so great to see him. Like, such an awesome guy to be around, such great vibes. I remember... So I joined Impact the year that Zach was on there with AJ and JMO, and if they weren't such great people, I don't know if I would have stayed with them, to be honest with you, right? Because I was branching out at that point, and it was such a great place. But JMO, it's so good to hear that you're doing well for yourself, and I'm so excited to see what you're going to do in the future, man.
I appreciate that so much. Hey, best of luck with graduation and everything, guys. And, if you need senior pictures, you know where to find me. Shameless plug. But anybody listening, too, hit me up.
No, he does great pictures. I've seen some.
Sir.
They're very good.
Sir.
Well, JMO, thank you so much for calling in. Any final words you'd like to say over these Impact airwaves? We got you for a moment here.
I would just love to say one more go green, man.
Oh, yeah, go white.
Yes,
well, thank you to Jack Moreland, my great friend, a fan favorite of this show.
Oh, yes.
Next up, we've got the man running everything.
The man himself.
Yes, I'll be passing you my phone here, Jack, so you don't have to try typing. He's here in person. What an appearance. There we go. Right on time.
Look at that.
Jeremy Whiting entering the studio. Jack Dale, please share that mic. Jeremy, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, and definitely had to do a little surprise. Joe Dez is known for his surprises,
True.
so I had to make sure I stopped in person. Excited to be here.
I really appreciate that, Jerry. We're excited to have you. For those who don't know, Jeremy's been involved with Impact Radio for over 2 decades now. Jeremy, can you tell me what Impact means to you?
Absolutely. So I came here in 2002, so I'm the old guy. And it was one of those things in college that I knew we had a radio station at Michigan State University, but I wasn't necessarily going to go into the field. And I thought, oh, it'd be so cool if I did that. I didn't want to miss the opportunity. So I think I was a sophomore, and I came in, and it's just been a rotating door of community. A lot of friends made here at the station, a lot of great experiences, and being able to put things out over the air and online has been really awesome.
Yeah. And I saw that when you joined with your brother John, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to know, during your formative years, doing something like this with your brother, how did that shape you into who you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. I was definitely more on the audio side. My brother, he knows his audio. He's a professor over in Comm Arts doing audio stuff, but he also is really good at video. So that was a fun thing. He came in maybe a year or two after me to kind of work on the video stuff. But it's just been fantastic. It was a lot of fun working with him. I still get to work with him. We were just out at the Broadcast Education Association conference together. So I didn't think 20-some years later we'd still be able to professionally work together and obviously see each other almost every day.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I've met you on the show before, but I have 5 siblings. So trying to get in contact with your siblings consistently can be tough. Oscar, I imagine you know this.
Yes. Oh, yes. Just the one is hard enough as is right now.
Yeah.
Just the one is hard enough.
No, so hearing that you get to still interact with them through events like that, it's just so awesome. Jeremy, you've helped me, you've helped every single one of us in this room so much throughout the years. You've given us so many opportunities. I was able to talk to Tom Izzo, Kevin Guskiewicz, thanks to you. I want to know, you see so many people cycle through Impact Radio. At most you get 4 years, maybe 5 or 6 if they have a grad year. What is that like, seeing so many people come through that door, trying to lead them right down the right path, and trying to set them up for success?
Yeah, it's awesome because everyone comes in with totally different ideas. And like you're talking about, like getting Tom Izzo in. Tom Izzo hasn't been in the station in probably 20 years, right? So that's on you. Like, great job. President Guskiewicz, brand new to the university. He wants to be here. He loves coming in here, and he loves talking to students. But there's also a consistency. We're still putting out great radio. We're putting out new content online, and everyone still has that passion. They want to be here. They want to be in person and have that community with others. So there are definitely through lines, but it is funny. Every single kind of graduating class is a little different, and I miss them for different reasons. But the amount of talent that comes through these doors is incredible, and it's so cool. Like even this show today, getting to talk with some of our alums, they want to be here. They want to still stay connected with you, and those are great connections that you're making that will last truly a lifetime. I'm still in contact with so many people who I worked with here when I was a student.
It really is crazy. I realized it when I was calling everybody yesterday. Is I had this plan last moment, I wanted to formulate it, and every single person responded within 5 minutes. What Impact connects people through, I think, is because of the travel, everyone having that joint effort of wanting to make something creative the best it can possibly be. It connects you in a different way that people don't see. Jeremy, we're running at breakneck speed here, so we got you for about 2 more minutes, but one final thing I'd like to ask you before we let you go. Can you give a little plug to Impact, the radio station? In case anybody's here listening on the radio, they're driving through town, getting a tour of campus, let them know what lies below Holden Hall and how great it is behind its doors.
Yeah, absolutely. For students or for people who potentially will be students, it's a fantastic opportunity to be here, to learn some skills, to find a different community. There are so many kind of small groups of community that are here. We try to be professional, we educate, but we also have like a wide diversity of people who come through these doors. So we're doing that for the students who are here, but we're doing it for all the students on campus in the greater Lansing community and truthfully worldwide. I know we have a lot of people listening all across the globe, so we do it for them. So trying to find those professional opportunities to help you grow as students, but also to make a difference in other people's lives that are listening.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. We appreciate you coming on. For those who don't realize, Impact has won many statewide national awards, and a lot of it is because of what Jeremy Whiting has done, always setting people up for success. I know that if I have 0 fans in this world, something happened to Jeremy last night, and I need to figure out what it was. So thank you so much for coming on, Jeremy.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Congrats to
Jeremy.
all of you. It was awesome.
Yes, thank you. Next up, we got Trent Bally calling in. So thank you so much, Jeremy Whiting, General Manager. We're going back to another former co-host of this show. Jack Dale, let me pass you my phone. We're right on schedule here.
I know, we're doing great.
We are rifling through
for a show that is known for being inconsistent with the scheduling, we are working great on this finale, man. We're going off with a bang, it feels like.
Breakneck speed. I was up till about 3 a.m. last night, finding the perfect order for this, sending some late night texts, probably getting people to block me after this episode due to the times I would reach out to them. But yes, We've got everybody from former co-host, sons of NFL athletes, D1 athletes, even my own nephews calling into this show. We've got everything, everyone, everywhere. And now we've got the next person, Trent Bally. How are you doing? Former co-host 2022, 2023. I believe I might be 1 year off. Yes, I am. 2020 to 2021. Excuse me. Trent, how are you doing?
Hot start, Joe. Just like old times. No matter what, you make an error, you move on. Fast and loose, baby. How you guys doing? You guys sound fantastic.
Thank you, Trent. We're doing pretty great. For those who don't realize, Trent was a big part of this show. He's what got Matt Merrifield very involved in this. He was going to be who we're calling next up after the break. Trent, can you describe to everyone on these airwaves who might have missed your voice for the last few years what you've been up to since leaving Impact?
Yeah, well, first of all, if they missed my voice, they're lucky. I'm jealous. But I'll tell you what, man, I got to echo a lot of what Jeremy Whiting just said before I hopped on here. It's just such a special place, and it's just so many great people. And I guess what Impact means to me, Joe, this is what got me into radio, which is what I'm doing now. Before that, I wanted to be a writer. I went to school for journalism, and I actually had a minor in education for 2 years. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, and coming to Impact and finding that voice and realizing what your purpose is. I know it sounds super deep because we're just talking sports, but realizing what you're passionate about and being surrounded by such great people. You mentioned Luke Sloan, Brennan Shabath, Ryan Rabinowitz, Ryan Collins, Julian Mitchell, the great Natalie Kerwin, who we see on TV. I'm not going to go on because I'll miss somebody, but just seeing how great you guys have carried the torch reinforces that idea. Impact's incredible, man. What can I say?
Now, we'd love to hear that, Trent. You talk about the connections you've made. You talk about the friendships you've made. Can you talk about why that's so special through Impact, how it bonded you to people differently than just meeting them in a regular lecture hall?
Yeah, I think so. This is going to sound funny, but let's be honest, it's college radio. So on Sunday mornings for the sports station to get Sunday mornings for the sports show, usually a little bit slow moving, but that's a bonding moment where everyone comes together. We're like, all right, we got to put a production together. I know we all went out last night and we were up until 2 a.m. We only got 6 hours of sleep. But we got to put a show together, and we got to do a good job, and we can't be sloppy, and we got to be on it. And that really taught, and it sounds like a joke, and I'm somewhat joking about it, but it taught me punctuality, it taught me professionalism, and that is what you bond with those people with, because you're in it with the rest of them. Your boy over here could be feeling like hell in a handbasket, and you got to pick him up for the morning because you only got to do it once a week, and you're loving it all along the way. That's what really bonded me together, was specifically Green and White Report. And I'm so happy that you guys are continuing to, ring that bell, if you will.
Thank you, Trent. There's beauty in the struggle for sure. And the chaos. Yes, you got to find the gem in the chaos. Trent, all I can think about ever since you said the education minor is you would have been a killer English or social studies teacher. I can already see that. But I am happy that we've got you on the radio airwaves still.
Well, I appreciate that. I love kids. I absolutely love kids, and that was always part of the thought process. But, man, to go back to the first question you asked me, Joe, that's when I first had my first experiences at Impact, met two of my greatest friends, Ryan Rabinowitz, Ryan Collins, at Impact. I was like, I want to do radio. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So you guys are absolutely killing it. You're making all of us proud.
Thank you, Trent. Any final questions either of you would like to ask Mr. Bally before we let him go?
Keep killing it, Trent. Love to hear from you again. Love to hear that you're still doing good, still doing it in the broadcasting realm. And, man, glad to hear from you.
Yeah, last thing I'll say to you guys, I was a senior when Matt Merrifield was a freshman. And I know that he's one of the guys that got you guys in a similar way. I'm not sure what years synced up or not, but you guys got to be that for the next generation and just keep this thing going, man, because when I got to Impact, the Green and White Report was nothing close to the production it is now. And that says a lot about you guys. That says a lot about the ones that came before me. But we need to continue to pass that on, if you know what I'm saying. I agree.
Thank you, Trent. One final thing. You were here for the K-9 year, right? That was your final year, your senior year?
That was my senior year, Joe Dez.
Yeah,
that was the best year of my life.
This guy got on the last helicopter out of East Lansing. That's what's happened here. Yeah, he's the last one to survive here. But, Trent, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you. We got heading to our first break of the Green and White Report, the final episode for all of us. A little sound effect there. We don't have the soundboard going, but pretty good to hear. A little hang-up call, but thank you, of course, to everybody who called in throughout that first segment. We've had a lot of fun. We've got to move quick because we've got plenty of fun after the break. Matt Merrifield, our former host, our good friend, our savior. We'll see you on the other side of the break from WDBM East Lansing.
I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Ask their parents a lot of questions.
I wanna sink to the bottom with you. I wanna sink to the bottom.
We hope you didn't miss us too much because the Green and White Report is back. Joe Dez, Oscar Henderson, Jack Dale for the final episode of our senior year. We got one last hurrah, and we needed to get the big dog in here to eat. Matt Merrifield on the mic. We've missed you on these airwaves, Matt. How are you doing?
How you doing, fellas? First-time caller, long-time listener.
Yes, for those who don't remember, Matt Merrifield, former sports broadcast director at Impact. He was also the host of Green and White Report, and also, I believe, the lone member of the Green and White Century Club. Over 100 episodes, I believe, on the dot.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. I think we just got to 100 episodes. It was tight as the busy schedule that we have covering different events, missing stuff for football, basketball, basically missing 2 months at the end of last year that you guys carried the torch in. But hey, it was a lot of fun to do it all 4 years of my time at Michigan State. Great to hear from some previous voices and obviously hear from Jeremy as well. But you guys have been killing it this year, and it's been awesome to see how great you guys have done.
Thank you, Matt. We really appreciate it. We talked about how many great things happened this year that Matt Merrifield was 1 year away from experiencing with all of us. On top of the Colts' success beginning of the season, to Bo Nix leading the Denver Broncos in the playoffs, to Bo Nix breaking his ankle before facing off against Drake May. This would have been show-stopping radio.
Matt,
and
we need your thoughts on this. What would have been the reaction on the show after the Bo Nix situation? How long would we have talked about it on this show? And how much would you and Joe have not been able to talk to each other after that game if it happened?
Well, the fortunate part about at least for me, keeping my job at that station would have been that the Bo Nix situation happened on a Sunday when he snapped his ankle. Because that would happen on Saturday, and I would have came in at 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Jeremy would have had me in his office by 9 a.m. Monday morning for good reason. Between that, I'm trying to think what else, just the Colts as a whole this past year.
I was going to say.
What else?
You have Macklin to have celebrate at least?
I do have the next coming of Christ on my hockey team, so that is a plus. I guess if we're going to talk narratives, Jack, you are lucky that I am not hosting this morning because I would have opened the show with how Drew Aller is the savior of your franchise. But,
no, I agree. I think he's the next Josh Allen. Truly. But,
oh boy.
Thanks for letting us.
Only if he's playing Temple.
Thanks for letting us trade up for Jeremy Bernard, by the way.
No comment.
It's funny to see people trying to claim him as a Spartan when he was a gadget player on the bench. Yeah,
maybe 5 catches here.
It's reached new lows in East Lansing. It's been a bit tough recently. Tough sledding, but still,
yes.
There's hope. One thing, I was going through old clips, man. I had so many prepared for if we were going to do a couple different segments, maybe call you for 20 minutes, try to guess who gave what takes. one of my favorites, I mentioned it earlier on here, was you talking with AJ Evans. You had a little bit of a premonition about this Michigan State football program, talking about how I don't think it's coming back up anytime soon after, of course, the situation during your football season that you covered. And AJ had said, why are you always so angry? And you had said back to him that Michigan State football will do that to you. And it's been the truth for the last couple of years, and hopefully not into the foreseeable future. Matt, on a little bit of a positive note compared to that, I've seen your broadcasting clips. I've had them come up on my For You page. Obviously, I love whenever I hear Matt Merrifield's voice. It's a great awakening whenever I'm stuck in the doom scroll and Matt Merrifield brings me back to reality. So I want to know, what have you been up to? Please tell us.
This last hockey season, I was the broadcast and communications assistant for the Flint Firebirds for the second straight year. Had another great season. The Birds had a great, strong push into the playoffs. Fortunately, they got bounced last week, but it was a lot of fun. Got to cover, actually broadcast, do play-by-play for a couple of OHL hockey games, which was very cool. And then actually, I guess I can announce this now over whoever's listening in the Lansing area. In the next couple of weeks, I'm heading down to Morehead City, North Carolina, to become the voice for the summer for the Morehead City Marlins and the Coastal Plains League and handle some of their media relations stuff. So I'm excited about that. I've been doing high school sports from what you've been hearing on social media, Joe, and it's been a lot of fun. Not the road that I thought I'd be taking over the last 12 months. It's been, new opportunities popping up out of nowhere, but that's kind of just the lesson you have to take. And what you're taught back at Michigan State is when an opportunity comes, take it, see where it takes you. And I've had a lot of fun over the last 12 months. Definitely not the roadmap or the plan that I maybe had in my head 12 months ago, sitting in the chairs you guys are sitting in, but it's been a blast. You just take it every single day and you have fun with it and you make the most of every opportunity.
Yeah, we love to hear that, Matt. The amount of support that Matt Merrifield gave all of us, he's the reason all of us really got our start. We were all invited for separate reasons from a mix of Matt and Zach, and we really appreciate it, Matt. The first words that you ever said when I was on Impact, I had the recording played earlier, was I love Joe Dez on the mic. I hope that you know I love Matt Merrifield on the mic, whatever form, whether it's even a speaker in my car, that I'm on a phone call with you. Every time I hear from you, brings a smile across my face, Matt. Excuse me.
Oh, I love listening to you guys. It's been great to hear what the great work you guys have done, not just the three of you, but also the entire station this year, the amount of awards you guys were up for the MABs. I'm sure some of the national awards that come out at the end of the year and even into next year, you guys are going to continue to kick butt. It's been absolutely awesome to see. And for this show, it's been different than what we did last year, but at the same time, that's part of what makes this show so awesome. The year I was running it was different than the year before with Zach, which was different than the year before with Brendan, different than the year before with Luke and Trent, which is what got me started. Just each year, it's slightly different, but each year we do a bunch of great things, and we continue to grow as a station. We continue to grow as a production. Nobody has ever called into the Green and White Report before, obviously before earlier this year when you guys were able to finally get that done. Trent Valley will remember my freshman year, towards the end of the year, somebody called into the station while we were live on air, and we stopped for 5 seconds and stared at each other because we didn't know what to do. I don't know if that recording still exists on Spotify or wherever you find your podcast, but that was a great 10 seconds of radio on a Sunday morning where our punctuality was not on point. But you guys have been doing such great things. It's been great to see, Joe. You continue to do what you've done. Oscar, you and Jackson on hockey, Austin and Alyssa, you guys call them this year and the great year they had. You guys were absolutely tremendous. And then Jack, to see you continue to grow and do stuff, not even with Impact, but SSR and Focal Point, you guys have all continued to grow. And it's been great to see you guys finish out your senior years as well as you possibly can.
Thank you, Matt. That means a lot to all of us to hear, for sure. Matt, one cool thing we had talked about over the radio, we're going to be calling Allie Cohen later in this episode. I believe 3 years for both of you recently, correct?
Yes, that would be correct.
Pretty awesome stuff.
Wow.
I recently celebrated 2 years with Sadie. It reminded me how close we all started dating our girlfriends, I guess you could say. I don't know whatever I'm going to put that. Say anniversary. We're not married, so we're going to keep it rolling. But, Matt, any final things you'd like to say on these airwaves before we let you go? Because we really appreciate you calling in. We've missed you quite a bit. You're obviously what got us all used to being in here. And it's not quite the same without you.
Yeah, I missed you guys a ton. I would say, obviously, with it being the end of the year, just enjoy this last week. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the last month. I feel like I did a pretty good job of that last year, of just not letting the anxiety of graduating overtake me, and just embrace the last couple of weeks and months that you have on campus at college. Because, like AJ said, the big real world isn't that scary. But obviously you don't know what's going to come next. So just right now, while you guys have the control, take advantage, and then just be patient. The right opportunity will come for you guys, and you'll feel it and you'll know it. Don't be overzealous to try and jump at the very first thing that jumps in your face. Make sure you're strategic and you know what you want to do, or at least you're confident about what you're going to take on, and just be patient because the right thing will come at the right time for you guys. Just have to trust in the plan.
Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. Right on schedule. Matt Merrifield.
Yes.
We're going to be letting you go. Make sure you check out his work. Please give a call to Brendan Shabath. He's next up. We're rifling through hosts. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. But yes, we're going to have Brendan Shabath up next.
Yes, sir. The
sure I call these right
OG,
numbers.
the OG sports broadcast or sports director was my first sports director I had here at Impact. Former U of D Jesuit alumni as well. So another thing I have in common with him. I've known Brendan for quite a while, actually, since high school. So glad to hear from him here as he's on the phone right now. Brendan, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We're doing quite good. It's great to hear from you. For those who don't remember, Brendan Shabath, the 2022 to 2023 host of the Green and White Report and sports director. Brendan, you've been up to some big stuff in Detroit. Let us hear about it.
Yeah, it's been fun. I just recently moved back to Michigan back in October, and I've started as the morning sports anchor at WWJ and on 97.1 The Ticket. So doing updates weekday mornings and getting a couple shows on the weekends, getting to talk Detroit sports and hang out with Luke Sloan and Matt Merrifield and Allie Cohen throughout the day. It's a good time.
No, that sounds great to hear.
It.
Yeah, Brendan, got to know about how your experience with Impact shaped you to be ready for that role and just be prepared for what the professional world brings to you now.
You know, it was interesting because when I graduated Michigan State, I don't want to say I got out of broadcasting, but my first few jobs after college were more in athletic communications. I was a sports information director at a couple Division II schools before moving back to Michigan. And when I applied for the job at the Ticket, I had no professional radio experience. I was leaning on my experience from Impact and what I knew from those days and what I learned from guys like Trent Bally and Luke Sloan and Henry Menegos and, you know, all the legends at Impact before that graduated before me. And I think when you're at Impact, you don't realize what a professional product you put on until you get out into the real world and see other professional stations and realize how similar it is and how close Impact runs their station to other professional products across the country and here in Michigan. So it's an opportunity that I don't think you realize how special it is when you're there. And then after the fact, you realize how important it was to shape who you are today.
You know, and that's great to hear because there's sometimes when you're going into work like this every single Sunday or is thinking like, how much more can I do? How much more can I really improve before graduating?
Especially when you do it every single week, week in, week out, you forget just how special it is.
Exactly. You don't realize how much is preparing you. Oscar, I believe you got a question for your former school alumni.
Yes, Brendan, I wanted to ask, you know, what's something you wish you knew, you know, when you were graduating? What's something that you wish that you just kept within you as you were, you know, coming into your final moments here at MSU that, you know, maybe if you could go back on, maybe do a little bit differently or something that you wish could have been done differently or, you know, when you were graduating?
I wish somebody told me I wasn't going to get rich quick in this industry. I kind of missed the memo on that one. No, but as far as, you know, my time at Michigan State and, you know, going through the weeks that you guys are going through now, I know you're getting ready for graduation and this is obviously the last show. And that was such a fun time for me, and I felt like I really did a good job of just being in the moment of whatever that day entailed, whether it was the last class or going to hang out with some people or going out with some friends at night and just enjoying the moments that you had. But I guess the one thing, you know, that I remember looking back on is I just wish I had done more, and not more necessarily in broadcasting or in journalism, but just more fun things around Michigan State. And I wish I had said yes to more people. I think it's easy for young college students, especially in this industry that's, you know, it's talent based and it's competitive, and it's not necessarily about your degree, but it's more about the experience you have and the minutes on air and broadcasting and writing and covering games and teams. I wish in that I had not put so much pressure on myself to do everything in sports broadcasting and take it so seriously, but to just kind of enjoy the college years more, because in the few months and years since graduating, you miss those times where you're hanging out with your friends in your apartment, or you're sitting outside on a nice warm day having a couple drinks and talking sports, or watching a Tigers game or something. And I just wish I had gotten more time to do those things.
Yeah, it's really true. Once you finish covering everything, that's when you step back and realize, I could have taken some time off. You don't realize it till right after. But, Brendan, we're running at breakneck speed here. We appreciate you calling in so much here. You obviously were a big impact on all of us. You got me and Oscar involved quite a bit. You let me cover softball freshman year, so I still appreciate that always years ago. And thank you. We're so happy to see you killing out in Detroit.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a great job. I was so pleased to get your text yesterday, Joe, and just kind of taken aback that it's your guys' last show. And I just, that's so Raven, just kind of warped back into my time in that last week of Green and White Report. I mean, I know it's been a whirlwind for you guys this year, and you've had a lot of stuff to cover, and you guys have done a great job, and not just with Impact, but with SSR and Focal Point and Big Ten Plus. I know, it's kind of one big family there, and a lot of kids are in every avenue that they can be, and a lot of you guys at Impact are similar, and you guys have done a great job. It's really special to graduate and take a step back and still be able to check in with you guys and see how Impact is doing, and recognize that you're still doing a great job, and that the product is not only as good as it was, but getting better every single day. I mean, you guys are doing stuff here on Green and White that we had never even previously dreamed possible, and you guys have just been absolutely killing it, and I can't believe it's your last show, and I hope you guys are having just as much fun as we did back in my days at Impact.
Thank you, Brendan. Mr. Shabath himself.
Yes,
we're going to let you go. We're calling Luca Maloney next. Thank you so much to Brendan. Always a great guy to talk to. He's very successful. He's killing it down as a morning anchor. My phone locked. Sorry, Jack.
Love to see all those guys at 97.1. 97.1 has sort of now just become the farm system for your Michigan State radio to Michigan living pipeline, I guess, for sports radio. I love to see it. I grew up listening to 97.1, and now the fact that I am friends with people who work there consistently, it's just crazy, and super cool to see. I love that we have so many people everywhere.
It's really a shocking yes.
Just so many people.
500,000 alumni spread out real far, and here's one of them, Luca Maloney from Austin, Texas. Luca, how are you doing?
Joe, good morning to you and the crew. I'm doing great here. How are you guys?
Doing quite well. I got to say thank you to Luca. Very last minute for a lot of these requests, but we really appreciate you coming on. For those who don't remember, 2022 to 2023 sports editor for Impact Radio. A great guy. He helped off plenty of people to get into the spots that they were in. I know AJ Evans used to talk about how much Luca got him prepared for that role as a successor. Luca, you've been out in Austin for a couple of years now. I believe you've been a news producer down there. Please tell us what that life has been like for you.
Man, it's crazy. I get to cover a lot of really cool stuff in Austin. I still dabble into sports every once in a while, so that skill isn't gone, but news is where my focus is, both on the reporting side and producing. So it's been a lot of fun, man. You're just getting to use a lot of the skills I learned over there on campus at Michigan State, and get to really translate it here.
Yeah, that's really great to hear, Luca. I've talked at length on the show how much I love comedy. Earlier this year, I did stand-up comedy for the first time just to get myself into the throes of it. Austin is the epicenter of stand-up comedy. Have you gotten to see any comedy shows? You haven't seen any Killed Tonys or anything?
Oh my God, yeah. No, I've been to the Comedy Mothership.
Nice.
More than I can count on my hands. Incredible stuff. Actually, I was there the other month, and it was Joe Rogan and Friends. At the end of it, they do their whole 40 minutes to an hour, and then Joe Rogan stands there for another 30 minutes just having an open Q&A. with the crowd. I actually got to ask him 2 questions, funny enough. So count
awesome.
an interview with Joe Rogan on the books now. I guess.
Put that on the resume. Sell that to everybody you can. Luke, one final thing before we let you go, because we got to up the pace a little bit here. We got still about 15, 20 callers left. I know we got a big day today. But Luke, last thing, if you could look back to yourself at graduation, say one word of advice to yourself, what would it have been?
Man, to just keep doing what you're doing. If you really like what you're doing, it doesn't matter any other situation. Money, opportunities all come and go, but focus on what you really want to do, what gets you up in the morning. And after that, nothing really matters.
That's really good advice to hear, Luca. We always appreciate you calling in. It's been a long time since I've gotten to talk to you, but to be quite honest, I said we always appreciate it like you call us in every week. That's my bad, Luca. But we appreciate you calling in today with the last-minute notice as well, and thank you for everything you do.
No, thank you, guys. Go green.
Go white. We'll talk to Luca very shortly. Jack Dale, do you have the next number on your phone, or do you want me to call him on my phone?
I was going to say, we got some...
Did he answer?
Well, I'm about to call.
We have this time though.
Really quick before I call, under/over on green and whites for the rest.
Go greens, go whites.
Go whites. For the rest.
I'll say 5. And also, you're gonna want to call from my phone and make sure you didn't think that somebody got his phone number through nefarious.
That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say we got some.
I was surprised that some of the guys that I've called actually
answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes, we busted out the entire Rolodex for this. Oscar, sorry to cut you off, guys.
All
Give
good,
a small
all good.
intro here. So Dante Bruschi is up next, my hometown friend. He was on the episode 11 of the Joe Daz Hour. His dad was my former coach in football, Teddy Bruschi, for those who know. But he was one of the original members of the Joe Daz Hour, one of the original supporters of the Joe Daz Hour. Is he picking up right now, or is it still ringing? We'll figure that out in just one moment.
Dude, Teddy Bruschi's son. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yes, he's a great guy, but we're not even going to be asking him about his dad's NFL career.
Of course we won't. He's had way too many questions about that, probably,
yes, by anybody who's been in his class, it would seem.
I'm sure.
But what's going to be pretty cool is he is a member of a U.S. fishing team.
Wow.
So we're going to talk to him a little bit about that.
Okay.
Dante, I haven't heard your voice in years. Let me hear it, big guy.
What's up, dude?
So happy to hear from you, Dante.
Happy to hear your voice.
Thank you. We set it up a little bit a second ago. Member of episode 11 of the Joe Daz Hour years ago. It's been quite a while. How have you been doing, my friend?
I've been doing great, dude. That was an amazing episode, man.
Yes.
Some great memories come from that.
That was when I first dealt with technical difficulties in the broadcasting world. I filmed the entire episode with Dante and our good friend Case Makins. Entire thing deleted. Not one thing recorded. No audio the entire time. We had to re-record next week.
We filmed the same thing twice.
Yes. We just tried to copy as much as we
out.
can.
That's it.
Yes. But Dante, I want to ask you, you've been up to some pretty awesome stuff since the last time we talked. Can you tell me about your experience with the USA surf fishing team? It's been pretty cool to see.
Yeah, dude. It was pretty awesome and pretty crazy. I mean, it was a hell of a time. Go down to Costa Rica, compete on Olympic level. I mean, it was all crazy, man. It was all just some fun for me, I was competing in these tournaments for fun, and then all of a sudden we got this real team contacting me, and I was like, well, hell yeah, let's do it.
No, it's so awesome to see. The average fish he's catching would be something I brag about for 10 years. Every dad I meet at a cookout or anything, I'm showing them that fish. But it's just average day-to-day stuff for Dante. Dante, one more question for you. We're running at breakneck speed. We got to make sure we get every caller in here. You knew me before the fame turned me into this awful monster that can't look himself in the mirror anymore. Can you please tell the audience what it was like knowing me during those developmental years?
What it was like knowing you? Nah, those weren't developmental years. Those are your prime, dude.
we can't let the Peakton High School rumors spread here. We gotta keep those on the down level.
That was Joe's prime.
Dante, can you give them examples of the experience you had with me?
Give an example?
Just anything you want here. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, the biggest one is when we film a pod and we're like, it went great, and then we leave and you're like, oh, we got to come back and film the whole thing again.
Was hoping that wouldn't be the one that stood out, but that's okay. We'll accept that. Dante, one last thing, actually. I do want to ask about this before we let you go. You had an extra year with my protege, my good friend Max Urtus. The people here don't fully understand just how great Max was, and we actually came in second for our Michigan Association of Broadcasters Award for a call that we made with him. Can you tell the audience a little bit about Max and maybe me a little bit about that last year that I didn't get to see?
Yeah, I mean, the last year you didn't get to see,
He must have been a junior when I was there. He was a scout team hero on the football team. That's what I remember of Mac. But yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough.
Dante, thank you so much for calling.
Man.
We needed a good laugh here. I'll bring that up to Max later. We'll see if he remembers his time on the scout team and if he got leveled by you a couple times out there. This guy is
definitely did.
Big hitter. Yes, thank you, Dante. We'll talk to you soon. Great talking to you, buddy.
See you, Joe.
Yeah, talk to you, bro.
Dante Brewski, a thumper. Who would have thought, you know?
Yeah, I got to
Who would have thought he'd be a thumper?
Do you want to call Sam or me?
I'll give Sam a call. I've got to send Dante a quick test to apologize for calling him buddy at the end of that call. I don't know where that came out. I've been trying to use different formal greetings, my man, something like that. Yes, we're going to send... Well, you can give Sam a call here, Jack, while I type this up.
I love that. It's so funny. He said, you know... that's so funny the way you brought it up. How much if he you know babied your friend Max. He learned pretty. I think he learned pretty well how to hit. You know, from a pretty reliable source. I'd say. I
think that's probably just genetics.
Yeah, yeah. He's just born with it. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, we're going through Joe Dez's lore here now. It seems like going through his friends, like going in his past now.
We've busted through everything here. We're gonna be making some calls that we're not gonna be sure if anybody's gonna pick up. We'll see how it goes. Next up is a good friend that I met years ago, Sam Prince. For those who had just seen the NFL draft that happened recently, years ago Sam was involved. He announced Kayvon Thibodeau's pick. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Joe. How are you doing today?
Doing quite well. Can you please tell the audience a little bit of your experience with the NFL draft, considering this year's just wrapped up?
Well, yeah, Joe, a couple years ago, you mentioned it. Back in 2022, the New York Giants, Make-A-Wish, and the NFL granted my Make-A-Wish to announce the New York Football Giants' first-round draft pick, and, well, that was Kayvon Thibodeau, and, well, we went a little viral of our celebration. You know, while I was up there, I added a little spin to it because, you know, you only got the opportunity once in your life.
Yes, for those who haven't seen the clip, he gets so hyped. It's awesome. It was going viral for a bit.
Dude, at that point, it was Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, it was a pretty exciting pick to make.
Yeah, pretty great
It was a pretty exciting pick to make.
But, Sam, outside of the NFL draft, tell us about the broadcasting career that you've built up for yourself. I believe I saw some work with the G League in there.
Yes, you are correct. This past year is my second year with the G League, calling games for them. For the past 4 years, I've been involved with the Delaware Blue Coats. That's the Philadelphia 76ers G League affiliate team. The past 4 years, I've been doing some studio work, and then the past 2 years, I've been calling their games play-by-play in color on the radio. This year, I was grateful enough to do some sideline reporting on G League TV.
Pretty awesome stuff, man. Yeah, the first time I met Sam was after he talked at the Great Lakes Academy, I believe is what it was, down Ford Field. And Sam, it was awesome to learn from you. I was happy that we got to connect a little bit after, too. I appreciate you being willing to call in on last moment, man. I got to say, we busted out everybody in the Rolodex. I've said a few times here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
No, of course. Sam, this is some of the first time that some people from Lansing area might be hearing from your voice. Can you tell them just a little bit about yourself, what you're about, before we let you go, if they ever want to check you out?
Can you repeat that?
I should explain a little better. So I earlier asked about your G League stuff specifically. Can you just tell them about you as a broadcaster, what you think defines yourself, and just why they might want to follow you on your career?
Well, I'll answer that. Let's answer that question in a couple parts. Well, what makes me as a broadcaster unique? Let's answer that part. I would say, I try to bring my own personality to everything. There's always a broadcaster, there's a Joe Dez, there's a Kevin Harlem, there's always a Joe Davis around. Everyone's made themselves, and everyone just has to be unique to themselves, because if you're not, the audience will find it, and the audience will realize, oh, wait, they're being fake. Why should I listen to that guy or girl? And, I just try to make myself unique. You can follow me on social. That's Sam the Prince. One day I hope to be a host on a major network, covering the NFL draft or covering any major sporting event.
No, that's so awesome. I got to say, greatest compliment I could ever receive, Sam, being put in with those people during that. Appreciate my name first and then Kevin Harlan. So thank you, Sam. We really appreciate that. It's a good day. That's going to keep me going for the next week here.
Of course. I hope that gets you pumped up today.
It definitely did. Sam, thank you so much for calling in yet again. Just a guy that you're going to want to follow, because there's no doubt in my mind we'll see you on the big stage one day, whether it's covering the NFL draft or whether it's working as a host for the NBA. I know that great things are in your future. Have a great day, Sam.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. You too.
I love all our NBA guys we've just have on here who are just covering the NBA now. Like, it's just, I know, great time of year, and we haven't asked a single playoff question either, which is the crazier part.
Yes, we've kept it at high speeds.
We have.
I hope that you all have been enjoying this. I've had a great
12.
time. Yes. Now it's time for our second break of the show. Can you believe it? Can you believe it's been an hour and we've talked?
One more left.
I'll do the math of how many we've talked to. 1 hour left. Plenty of guests left on the other side on the phone. Make sure that you stay tuned for the rest of this episode of the Green and White Report on WDBM East Lansing.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know, but when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. No. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. No, by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message.
We're not talking fast cars on here. We're not talking NASCAR at all today. We got no motorsports. It's just the Green and White Report with Joe Dez, Oscar Henderson, Jack David. And look who called into the line. Max Sertus, excuse me. I almost had Matt Merrifield. That was the last break. Max Sertus, my good friend, my protege, the man who got us a second place award at the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Awards. Max, how are you doing? Oh, 1 second. Sorry. There we go. Max, you can talk now. Sorry about that.
All right, I said, Joe, how you doing, man? I'm doing great.
Nice. It's great to hear from you. As I told you the last time we talked, it came in second place. This one might come in first place at a national award or something. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Max, you finished up your freshman year. Can you tell me what you're on to at Ole Miss? What's up next for Max Sertus?
Well, you know what, man? I always like to keep the landscape changing. That's one thing I learned from Joe Dez back in the days. You always got to keep it fresh. So, I came here, and the SEC is a fresh meal, you know what I'm saying? It was a nice, change of scenery, but I'm actually hungry for more. I'm coming back to New England next year. I'm going to the University of Rhode Island, and I'm going to be tackling a new opponent. So you know what? There's so much untapped potential in the East Coast, and I think that's a sports light that we haven't seen yet. So I'm taking what I learned from here, and I'm going back home, baby.
You all right, man? That's super cool.
There might be some collaborations in the future. I have not announced it fully, but I will be returning to the East Coast. I'll be taking my talents down to, I don't know if it's North Beach, really. Scituate Beach, we'll say. Not South Beach for sure, but yes. Max, you had a lot of time spent with me when I was training you to be an announcer, training you how to take over the reins. Can you tell the audience a little bit about that time, what you maybe learned during that time about me?
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, there's a golden rule that Joe Dez has, and it's you always refer to yourself in the third person. So one of the most important ones was, it was never, I'm going to go learn how to announce today. It was Max Sertus who's going to go learn how to announce today. It puts everything into perspective. But no, training with Joe was a great experience. It got my foot in the door for everything I did. One of the biggest things that, he taught me was how to have a voice, how to, word things, how to take your time. And really the art of play-by-play was, more importantly than anything else, a skill. And like any skill, it was developed over time with practice. And Joe showed me that, that's something with repetition that gets better over time. And it is an art form. It is, and it's bare bones, play-by-play, commentary, sports journalism in general. That's an art form. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from him for sure.
Thank you, Max. I can't tell you how much that means to me. The fact that you're able to carry on that and truly build a legacy for me back there, I appreciate it. It's on the third generation now. We've gotten to the point in the show where it takes over a woman protagonist, funny enough. It's like every big network TV show. It's pretty great to see. Max, one final thing before we let you go. Can you just tell everybody one final thing you'd like to say on the radio waves for my final radio show before we let you leave? Anything you want here. A lot of pressure, a loaded question, but anything you want.
It is a lot of pressure, but I'll say this because, Joe, you taught me this, one way or another. A lot of things can change, with due time. In only 4 years, I saw my life take such a big dramatic role in the world of sports broadcasting, which is one thing that, is changing now. I'm still figuring out, how to do that, how to pursue that if that's what you want to do. But I will say this, you will learn a skill in everything you do in life, and you will always have a takeaway in anything you do in life, like it or not. And I think the most important thing to think about is that you're never going to get anywhere if you don't get your foot in the door and take that first step. So that's the biggest thing that I would say I would like to tell any viewer out there. It's the most important.
It's very true. My takeaway from this call, Max, I love you, buddy. I want to talk to you very soon. Hope that you have a great day.
Love you too, man.
We'll talk to you soon, Max. A great caller. We've gotten so many people on here. So who else to call now besides the people who created all of us?
Who literally created us.
Yes, the ones who made this show possible over 2 decades ago now. Jack David's parents will be calling in first. I'm excited to talk to them.
This will be a fun one right here.
They managed to avoid my clutches on crunch time. I called every single phone number I could in the phone book with the last name David, and they all rejected me. Some of them I have to go to court for.
Oh, no.
Yes, turns out I had a few restraining orders of previously. I don't know what those involved, but back to the show. Back to what's going on here. Jack David's parents, yes, calling in. But no, it's been a great show. I've had a lot of fun with you guys. Yes, it's only the right way to cap everything off. I believe Mrs. David's on the phone, correct? Mrs. David, how are you doing this Sunday morning?
I'm well. I'm also with Mr. David, too. So
yes.
Good morning.
It's great to hear from both of you. We're calling everybody's parents for this segment. You're going to be the first ones to start us off. I'm going to give you a loaded question right now. If you need some time to prepare, that's okay. But please tell me what's been like from your view, watching your son's broadcasting career, watching himself develop his identity at Michigan State.
We couldn't be more proud. When he started his freshman year, right, it was in a different field altogether. Then he found you guys, and, he's taken off from there.
Well, for us, we kind of, now that we look back, he didn't watch cartoons when he was a kid. He watched ESPN. so I guess that was the precursor to all of it.
Right. He was more prepared and we didn't realize, maybe.
Sounds about right.
I gave an idea. Yeah, there's a little inkling of what was coming in the future for Jack David. Yes. One final thing before we let you guys go is because we got to move this segment along a little quickly. Is there anything you'd like to say to your son before he graduates? Any final words of congratulation? Or before he graduates, I hope I said that correctly. Any final words of congratulations?
It's less than a week now.
Yeah, I would say to definitely take some advice of some of the alumni that have called in, right, with being patient, going forward. You may not get the job right away, but you just rack up some experience and that job will come down the road.
It's great to hear. Yes, learn from all the greats who have called in. You two are two of the greatest that we've talked to today. We appreciate you. We're happy that we are able to have your son here with us today. He's a stellar man. I could go on for hours about how much Jack David means to me, but I won't do that to you today.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, you guys. Good luck to all of you, too.
Yes, have a great afternoon.
Agreed.
Go White.
Go White.
Love you guys.
Love you.
We got one.
Very sweet. Yes, we got one.
We got one.
Only a couple more left till we cover that spread.
I hope.
My mom and my dad will be on the phone shortly. Jack, please take this
It's as they're calling. Oh, well, here we go.
Look at that.
Yes,
right
okay,
away.
there we go. Pull him up to the mic, please. Hello, Mom. This is Joe. Please no swearing on the radio here, just in case for you for you guys. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. How you doing?
Doing quite well. It's great to have both of you on here. We just talked to Jack David's parents a moment ago. For those who don't know, these are the two who made me who I am today, of course, my mom and dad. We really appreciate you calling in. Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like seeing my broadcasting career grow and my identity grow at Michigan State from your angle?
Hey, Joseph. Well, it's been a great ride, right? 4 years has gone by really fast, and I think you had a job with Big Ten Sports Network before you even stepped foot on campus. So you hit the ground running, and you've worked every sport I think imaginable at Michigan State, and you've tried to put your own spin on each one, and it's been a fun ride to watch.
Thank you. For those who don't know where I've got some of the comedy stuff from, my parents are a big shaper of that. They're very funny people. I some of the things wouldn't be able to be said over these radio waves, unfortunately. But I have to say, a funny story. My first connection to Michigan State University, beyond playing as Kirk Cousins in Madden 16, I believe, years ago, my dad, he has this thing where he's stellar at college basketball, March Madness. He knows more about it than anybody, it seems. And he had picked Michigan State to upset Duke years ago during that Zion Williamson year. And I got a Michigan State sweater because of that. And forever, I've been connected to the green and white, and I want to thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Good times.
Yes, before we like...
Unfortunately, I picked Michigan this year.
Yes. My brother Jalanapi calling. He's busy with church right now. I was going to get him to say go green on the show because he grew up a Michigan fan as well. But yes, there have been some betrayals in the family, unfortunately. I went to California this weekend, and I saw one of my sisters, and she was all excited to show me this credit card that she got where it said, I got your school on it. It's going to be awesome. And it's the big golden M right on front of the credit card. So, the thought was there. The execution was not.
Not so much.
Yes. I want to say, both Mom and Dad, I love both of you. Thank you so much for calling. And we're going to keep this going, but thank you so much for gracing these airwaves with your voices this morning.
We love you too. We're very proud of you.
Love you, Joseph. Have a great day.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. One last group of parents to call, and it's going to be Oscar Henderson's parents.
I think it's only right for Oscar to
see if they pick up.
Yes, Oscar will run this segment if you would like, or if you would like, if you'd rather not have to ask your parents how they feel about you, I can take the reins there. What's up to you?
We can do it.
Yes, Oscar Henderson's parents.
It's funny to have our parents come on the show, and at least with my dad, he elevated his voice. He does not talk like that. That was his radio voice. That was his attempt for a radio
No, it's funny to hear. Yeah, much clearer than anything before.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm excited to hear from the Hendersons here. It's going to be a great time.
We have one Henderson here right now. We have my dad. We're still waiting for Mom to pick up. But
let's get him on the reins.
Yes,
let's
Dad,
get him
how
on
are you?
the ringer.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Still waiting for Mom here, but
On your last show.
thank you. Appreciate it. So the question here, I guess, what has it been like to, watch me go through this here at MSU? What has it been like watching me just spend my time here at Impact and just watching me go through it?
Well, it's not just what you've done this year or at Impact. I mean, you think back to the first time in high school that you were calling a game or being involved with this kind of work. I mean, this has been a really long journey, Oscar. It's been years. So it's really interesting to see how for you this changes over time and all the different kind of opportunities that you get to do this in different contexts, not just the show, but of course calling games and things like that. I mean, it's incredible. And as somebody who's worked as a professional journalist for a really long time, there's something also special for me about watching you go through some of the same kinds of things that my work does. So
this is a big day, man, and you should be very proud.
Mr. Anderson, I've got to cut in for 1 second here. I've gotten a lot of experience spending time with your son. He's a great guy. I've got to say that first off. But while traveling with him for the football season, I learned something about Oscar that I had kind of known but not fully, and that is that this guy knows a lot about sports. He knows a lot about football specifically. Can you tell me about what you saw in him growing up that maybe gave you an inkling towards what he'd be doing now?
So Oscar was always very excited about sports, and football and basketball were his obsessions. Now, I know you guys are students at Michigan State.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's coming.
But, Oscar grew up a huge Michigan fan because both his parents went to school there. He didn't have much of a choice. But I think back to this one moment. Oscar was probably about 10, and we were watching a Michigan basketball game in the NCAA tournament, and they had come back from a huge deficit to win the game, and Oscar, he was just in his pajamas, got so excited. He ripped the top of his pajamas off and was like twirling the shirt around and yelling in the living room. And in that moment, I thought, this is a kid who is not just into sports; like he's really into sports. And Oscar played sports in middle and high school. He played baseball a bit in middle school, and then was a swimmer in high school. I always knew that whatever he did would have some kind of nexus with sports, that would be the thing that kind of animated him, and that turns out to be true.
That's a beautiful story to hear. I can see that completely. I can visualize the entire.
I know, and it's so funny. We knew which game they were talking about too. It was that Trey Burke Kansas
And I will
game.
say, Oscar, that completely tracks.
Yeah, 100%.
The past 2 years. Yeah.
If when we were covering the team, we saw a few more big wins, I could have imagined you doing that with the suit top, possibly.
I mean, you saw my reaction after that Maryland game, man. Like, oh my God.
No, Mr. Anderson, your son could have been saved quite a lot of pain if he kept the Michigan jeans instead. If he decided to stay a Wolverine fan.
We've had a nice little 4 years, but it goes back and forth. It could easily have been that he was there for the D'Antonio years in East Lansing, or when when Izzo was winning a championship. That's one of the great things about our state is you've got these two really high-powered sports juggernauts, and I've learned to root for both because Oscar's at State. I root for State just as hard as I do for Michigan. Of course, not when you're playing Michigan.
Of course.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm all in.
The way I'll describe Michigan State is how I describe all of my cryptocurrency is right now it might be failing, but in a few years,
we will be back.
In a few years.
We're coming back.
Turn around.
Yes, a stock we're holding on to long term. Mr. Anderson, that's about all the time we've got for you. I'll let Oscar say one final thing before we let you go.
We have a bet here on how many Go Greens, Go Whites we can get. It would mean a lot if we could get one from a former Wolverine, since we technically did have a Wolverine who was supposed to come on to say Go Green, Go White, but he is unavailable at the moment.
I can say it.
Hey, look at that. Can we hear it?
Go White. Go
Hey,
White.
look
There
at that.
we go.
Look at that.
One second. Let me hear it one more time. I want it to be like the LeBron brawny lob here.
Yeah,
I would
really want to hear
would like
this.
Oscar to say the Go White back. Well, me and Jack will shut our mouths for a second here.
Go Green.
Go White.
Oh, there we go. Like the
that.
Lakers in the playoffs. They
Wow.
got 3-0 on the Rockets. My goodness. Mr. Anderson, thank you.
Way to Bron right there. All right. Thank you so much, Dad.
Congrats to all of you. This is a big day for you, and like I said, you should be proud and celebrate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling. All right. Have a great day.
All right, Jack, I'll pass you the next caller. It's going to be, you've already got it going. That's why he's the producer from the Stars.
Look at
But right
this.
now, before we move on to that, we've got my good friend, the man who's taking everything from me just later this afternoon, Gabe Souza, the future host of the Green and White Report in Crunch Time. Oh, 1 second. Wait for 1 second for Allie. We're just going to let Gabe say hi.
1 second.
Hi.
That's all I needed. I needed that beautiful tone to ring through my ears. Thank you. Now put Allie Cohen up to the mic. I've got some questions for Miss Cohen.
Oh, yes.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Allie, great to hear from you. My
Great to
former
hear from you guys too.
My former broadcasting partner on the Women's Basketball Beat, the creator with Matt Merrifield of Bentley's Bracket Busters, one of my favorite episodes of the Green and White history. Allie, please tell us what you've been up to this last year.
I mean, just kind of trying to figure everything out over this past year. Your first year after grad's definitely interesting, but I know Brendan had mentioned my name, and he's talking about Odyssey. I'm currently working with them, doing some marketing stuff for the ticket and WWJ and all those stations. Trying to get more into the sports marketing. I might have some offers lined up, so we'll see where I am in a few weeks. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
We're really great to hear from you, Allie. We're happy to hear that you're doing good. Obviously, it can be different paths for everybody right after graduation. You never know when the opportunity is going to arise. Maybe you meet somebody at McDonald's and they're talking about their son having a radio show they need a co-host on. Stuff like that in this industry. But Allie, one final question because we got to keep this show moving. I might sneak in one more if we've got time. But what do you miss most about Impact Radio when you reflect on your time here?
I mean, what's not to miss about it? Impact was so great. I made some of the best friendships on there. I mean, obviously you guys, we have Matt, we have Jay, Luke, all my super close friends I talk to almost every day from Impact. But I don't know, just watching all the sports live with everybody traveling, like you can't get those years back. I was even telling somebody out Odyssey the other day, I was like, last March, or it was in March, I was like, last year at this time, I went from Indy to Cleveland to Atlanta, all these places. So I feel like you just don't get that time back, and it's so great.
It really is. Allie, I want to congratulate you. Recently, 3 years with one of the best men on earth, Matt Merrifield himself. Gotta congratulate you.
You're 2 years with Sadie Liddy, everyone's favorite Liddy.
Yeah. Oh, we're not supposed to say the last name on these airwaves. No, not necessary. Yeah. There are a few warrants out for her arrest currently, but we will move on past that. Apparently, you can't use her account to buy more crypto when you already lost a bunch of crypto. Apparently, the IRS is real stingy around here. Yes, okay. But yes, Allie, thank you for calling in to Be Real. We really appreciate you.
Congratulations to all you guys. I've been keeping up with everything that you've done all year. So proud of you guys winning all your MABs, branching out. Jack, I see you're with one of the stations in Lansing now, super involved in Focal Point. Oscar, all your hockey work you did was great. Everybody did such a great job this year. Glad to see you guys keeping the station top tier, maybe even better than we left it.
Thank you, Allie. We love you. My dog.
Love you guys too. Congratulations.
Bye, Allie.
Yes, talk to you soon. We're moving rapid fire.
Great to hear from those guys.
Been quite a bit of fun, yes. Total planned guests for today, over 30.
This is insane.
Oh, I'm going to have to... Jack Dale, can you please text Allie Cohen asking her for Luke Sloan's number? I believe we found a slot that we might be able to fit him in as well.
Yeah, this has been one of my favorite shows we've done here. I mean, just the sheer amount of people we're going through. Like, this is my Impact lore time at this
It's
point.
awesome,
It's
right?
been my Impact lore going through it.
No, it's great to reflect on. Gabe, you've only joined us for the back half of the show. We love to have you here. We got some fun guest plans still. You missed someone who announced an NFL draft pick, Kayvon Thibodeau, years ago.
Wow.
We talked to Teddy Bruschi's son. We spoke to my mother.
Wow.
We spoke to many great people today.
Wow.
And we're still got many of them coming up. My nephews will be on soon.
Oh,
but
I'm
right
here
now,
now.
yes, Gabe Souza. My not nephew. I've called him Neff. He's called me Unc a few times. My big bro is what he's known as around here, yes. But yes, my good friend, Sean Politinsky, calling in from Xavier, the artist, the guest on Joda's Hour, Episode 3. Sean Paul, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing quite well, Sean. I'm happy to have you on the Green and White Report today. For those who don't know, this man, he's designed every logo for me, possibly. Anything you've seen of Bentley as a cartoon, myself as a cartoon, myself as a skeleton, this man has drawn. He drew my Mother's Day gifts for the last few years. He's drawn a few gifts for Sadie over the years. Sean Paul, every time I've needed someone to step through, you've come through heavily. And before we get into the questions, I want to thank you for that.
Absolutely, man. Always here to help.
Yes, my good friend, Sean, you recently had your first art exhibit down in Ohio. Please tell us about that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my senior thesis capstone for my graphic design major. It was a 10-poster series combined with projection map animation, so a little multimedia art action, and it was fantastic. It was a great time.
Yes, a lot of beautiful stuff. I would have been down there if March Madness didn't take me under their grasp and force me away. But now we're back. I'll find another time to view your art, Sean. I know that. I'll maybe host my own exhibit personally for me. We'll see how it goes. But Sean Paul, before I let you go, I got one more question. We've been asking this to a few people from my past. You knew me before fame drugged me to the depths of the water and turned me into this horrid person I am today. Please tell them about me before the fame.
Dude, yeah, we go way back to high school gym class, sophomore year, I think it was.
Yes.
I was trying to think of a gym teacher's name, but I forget it now.
Mr. Lum.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a time to be alive.
You know, Sean,
those early Joe Dez podcasts, that was something else, man.
I can narrow it down a little for you here. Please tell the audience exactly what your parents said when they saw my yearbook quote, because I remember it being quite funny.
Dude, I can't remember what they said.
I will remind you because it's rung throughout my head anytime I've gotten too egotistical. So my yearbook quote was from this guy, Don Mazzetti, Bro Science Life. He's what got me into lifting, a very funny YouTuber. And it was my motivation, ? I stand in front of the mirror and open my eyes. And Sean Paul, his parents had seen that and got, this guy's pretty cocky.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, this guy's got a pretty big ego. So we've calmed down ever since then. Obviously, we joke about the fame. That's not very real, but we're still here. We're still Joe Dez. We appreciate you calling in, Sean Paul. We're going to have to keep it moving, but thank you. I love you, man.
Absolutely, man. Love you too.
Talk to you soon. That was Sean Paul Art.
Love it.
Make sure you check out his work. He does stellar graphic design.
Love to hear it. That's awesome, man.
He's from Boston?
He is. Yes, he's from right next to my hometown.
I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell.
Do you got Nick's number? Do you want me to do it, Jake?
I can call him.
Nick Lundberg.
I also sent you Luke's numbers.
I was gonna say this is an interesting call. This is not a former Impact person. Loki, a
News,
former rival
Yes.
of Impact, Nick Lundberg.
So the reason it makes sense is the reason we're calling Nick Lundberg. The first time I was ever in this sports studio on the radio was the Sports Roundtable, a state news podcast that was filmed in the Impact studios. He invited me on it, and me and him talked about everything from field hockey to not too much else besides field hockey.
Just field hockey.
Pretty much just about field hockey. I was just called in for that. Nick Lundberg joining the fray. How are you doing, Nick?
Joe Dez, it's been so long, but it's so good to hear your voice again. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. It's great to hear you as well. The first time these airwaves heard my voice were because of you with the Sports Roundtable, that recorded podcast in this sports studio. Nick, you're one of the few people asked this question too. If you can reflect and remember, what was your first impression of me walking in that day?
I mean, I just remember you came in with a ton of energy. I knew, this is something you were actually passionate about. And, I've seen you grow ever since, that first podcast. And it's been awesome to see, you grow into your own person and, into this career. And you're obviously setting yourself up for a lot of success. So I knew from that day that, this was a likely outcome for you, Joe.
Thank you, Nick. Well, it was supposed to be a rivalry, became a friendship right away. State News Impact, of course. But, Nick, tell everybody what you've been up to since graduation. I've been seeing you do some pretty cool stuff.
Well, it's been crazy, man. I've been working with WJR Radio in downtown Detroit, my hometown, covering anything from Michigan State. I know we've got our intern Nick Fardella up there right now, but I've been doing some Detroit Lions coverage, some Pistons playoff coverage right now. Hopefully the Red Wings will be back in the playoffs soon, and the Tigers are getting rolling right now. So it's been super busy, but super awesome just to be kind of doing what I love to do.
That's awesome to hear, Nick. Thank you so much for calling in. We got to keep it moving just because we got a couple more people still yet to call in, including my nephews from back in Rhode Island. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you, Nick. Any final words you'd like to say?
No, Joe, thank you for hitting me back up, and it was great to talk to you, and I hope everyone back at State is doing amazing, and go green.
Go white. There we go. That's 3?
We got 3.
3 so far. Yes, Nick Lundberg.
3.
We appreciate you, of course, all the time. We're back on schedule. My brother John couldn't call in, so we're following the show sheet to a T.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow.
Could not believe how impressive this is. Now,
Nick is doing a lot of great work. If you guys have not seen on his socials, a lot of stuff for Detroit, as you mentioned. I see him all the time on socials. The kid is he is active in the sports broadcasting world right now, and you love to see it. He's a great guy. Has a lot of good opinions on sports, I believe.
Really
knows
does.
what he's talking about.
Very smart.
Oh,
very
yes.
hard worker.
Oh,
we
yes,
appreciate
definitely.
him all the time. And now, another member of my family, my sister Katie, and her puppy dog Ladybird. Katie, how are you doing?
We are doing good. We got Ladybird here. I'm extra excited this morning.
Nice. All right, we got one question for you. How is Ladybird this morning?
Ladybird is doing amazing. We have her over here doing her little dance, trying to do some high fives, already asking for cookies at 9:30 in the morning.
Yes, she deserves it. Everyone knows if you can eat pancakes for breakfast, then I think a dog can have a biscuit for breakfast. I think that's quite fair. Would any of you...
You know, I agree.
We're going to give one question before Katie leaves. Do any of you know what Lady Bird is from? What that could be possibly named after?
I believe it is from the Greta Gerwig movie.
You know what's funny? Everyone thinks that.
Is not.
That
is
you
it
just
not
broke
that
her
movie?
heart. So King of the Hill, the dog in King of the Hill,
Really?
is named Lady Bird. Yes.
Okay.
Everybody thinks it's either Lady Bird, that Greta
I
Bird
know.
movie.
I have not seen King of the Hill, so
It's
that
fair.
was my first pick.
No, I had to lob you up there. I had to see, because nobody
He
gets it.
He knew I was gonna dunk that down too. He knew I was gonna put that in. He knew how I was gonna put that in.
Katie, we'll let you go. Give Lady Bird some biscuits for her breakfast. I love you. I'll talk to you very soon.
We love you too. Thank you for having us.
Yes, talk to you soon, Katie. One of my many
Talk to you
siblings.
soon.
Yes, one of the myriad. I am the youngest of 6 for those who do not know, and we just got to talk to one of them right in the middle. Stuck in the middle with my sister Katie. Yes, pretty awesome stuff. So next up, we're going to see if he answers, because I said yesterday, will you come on the show? And we got a half answer. He said, yes, we'll see what state I'm in tomorrow. Yes, so,
see what state I'm in.
Yes, we'll see if he answers. If he answers, we'll say the name. If not, we'll keep him incognito. But yes, a lot of fun today. Gabe, what's been going on in your life while we wait?
Nothing much. I guess right now I'm thinking about, like, in 2 years, like when I'm unk, like you guys,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
have to call everyone. I'm thinking about calling Vo and Liam and all that.
I was gonna say Vo will be with you, I believe.
Yeah.
He should be
Yeah.
hopefully with you on this show for your last one.
Yeah, you would think so.
You would think.
Yeah,
You would
yeah.
think.
I was
You
kind of
never
hoping
know.
he was going to be here today, but, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yes, we have a word from Vo recorded to play at the end
yes,
here.
I
he
did
did
hear
say
from
he
that.
did give us
Did
a sneak
hear
peek
that.
at that.
Yes. I haven't heard a word of it yet, so I'm excited to hear what it is. I didn't
It's
pre-screen
brand
it at
new,
all.
I guess.
He
Brand
could
new
be
for all
swearing up a storm, and I won't know on that clip until we play it. I'm realizing right now. So.
He could just set the station on fire and really, end his career at a moment's notice, and we wouldn't know. We would not know.
We've got some time while the show is broken up. Here, let me give Luke Sloan a call.
There you go.
This one's going to be a fun one. We got time to fit him in here. It's getting progressively hotter while I wear it in the studio.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sweating.
Yeah, this gown is getting quite hot. Gabe Souza will be fanning me off later, feeding me grapes as we usually do after these green and white shows. I will be returning the favor later, of course, once you are the host of Green and White.
Joe, they're already calling me the Walmart Joe Des, though.
No.
Because I'm taking over your entire career, man, here at the Impact.
No.
Yeah.
No, Gabe, if you're the Walmart version, I don't even want to think of what I am. I might be the Kroger version at that point.
Yeah,
so.
Meijer, yeah.
Yeah, Meijer gas station version.
The Wawa, what
yeah.
you guys have out there, the Wawa gas stations. Yeah.
So we've got Cumberland Farms up in Massachusetts.
Sure, yeah.
So we've got a caller on the phone. I believe we're going to have Oscar's sister in a moment here. But first off, please, Jack David, we are talking. I apologize. I messed up my entire show sheet because Luke Sloan is here. Luke Sloan, how are you doing?
Good morning, guys. Excellent show this morning. Sounds great. Such a great era, gentlemen. Great job.
Thank you, Luke. We're happy to hear from you. Please tell everybody what you've been up to. You used to host this show. You were the sports director for, correct me, was it 2 or 3 years? Because I believe 3.
It was the better part of 3 years. It was probably about 2.5. I followed in the footsteps of such greatness, and Ryan Cole, Kyle Turk, and then Joe Dandrin were the sports directors before me. I took over midway through my sophomore year and took it the rest of the way before even more greatness to follow that I'm on the air with currently. And graduated in 2022, had a great run at the station in East Lansing, and co-hosted the show with the great Trent Bally. Matt Merrifield was there as well, another friend of the program. Henry Menegos, Jay DeCoster. We had a great crew similar to you guys right now.
Thank you, Luke. It's great to hear that. We love to see the success from former alumni. And you have been great at keeping in contact with everyone, making sure everyone knows they can reach out to you at any time. We got to keep it moving. So one final thing I'd like to ask you, Luke. What does Impact mean to you when you look back on your time here?
Everything. My career at Michigan State would not have been what it was without the station. I've met people that are going to stand up in my wedding at the station. I have met my best friends on this earth, and we had so much fun along the way. And it means even more that the station gets even better year over year, and there's just more fun to be had and more great things being done. I want to congratulate everybody on a great year, and I want to congratulate you on a great career as a Spartan. You should be so proud of everything you've accomplished, and just know that all of the proud
people that came before you are very, very, very excited for everything that your future holds.
Thank you, Luke. Even though we didn't overlap in years, I hope you know the effect you've had on all of us, me especially. We'll let you go, Luke. We got a couple more guests to get to. On them in the studio. I'll introduce her. We'll get to her in just a moment because we got to talk to Oscar's sister, but Faith Flickinger, the station manager. What's going on?
Nothing much, Joe. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so excited to have you here, Faith. A senior graduating this year, a big part in all of our careers. You helped me so much this year, Faith. I want to thank you for that. Right now, we're going to talk to Oscar Henderson's sister. You've heard from my sister. Now it's time for Oscar's. Hello. How are you doing, Miss Henderson?
Hi, I'm doing well. What about you?
Doing quite well. It's great to hear from you. We appreciate you being a guest on this episode. A little bit last minute, so thank you for clearing some time to speak with us today.
Yeah, no, of course.
So I want to ask you a little bit about Oscar. I've gotten to know him quite well, but you know him probably more than anybody besides your parents at this point. Tell me a little bit about Oscar growing up. What kind of signs he gave you towards how he'd be doing stuff now? Maybe some of the energy he displayed or anything along that vein.
Yeah, so, I mean, ever since I can remember, around 7 or 6, he was in front of the TV with my dad every weekend, watching some type of sports, yelling at it too. But I mean, both of them were just insanely into it. And of course, my mom and I were the same way, but watching them like get into and yell and have so much passion about literally any sport was just, it was very entertaining. It was very entertaining watching that growing up. And it was super interesting to see that grow, like to see him grow up in that way, and then to have that be his future career, hopefully. I think it's super interesting that has just been a long-term interest that he has not let go of.
It really sounds like it's just been in his blood at this point. From all the stories that we've gotten to hear, it's awesome. We got to keep this show moving, so one final question for you. Can you please tell me just one final thing you'd like to say to your brother Oscar before he graduates, just some words of encouragement, because he's meant a lot to us. I know he means a lot to you.
Yes, I mean, I don't think he knows how proud of him I am, always, every day. I mean, it's not something I say very often, but I've watched him grow so much, and he should know that I think the world of him. I think the world of him.
That's so great to hear. Oscar, anything you'd like to say to your sister before we let her go?
All right, so we've already asked one U of M alumni to give us a go green. Can we get a current, not even an alumni, a current U of M student to give us a go green? Can we do it?
You guys are going to get me canceled.
Come on, just one. I'll give you a go white afterward.
Tiniest little, because for my family, go green.
Go white. There we go.
That's 4. Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much to Oscar's sister. Before we move on to the next caller, Faith, we're going to give you a little bit of time here. Everything's moving at breakneck speed, so thank you so much for fitting yourself into this show. Can you please tell us, what does Impact mean to you as you're about to graduate?
Oh my goodness. Impact means so much to me. It gave me my family on campus. Being an out-of-state student, I came in not knowing anyone, and it gave me the best friendships I could have had. It gave me professional experience. I got to do things I don't think I could have done otherwise without it, and I feel like I am ready to embark on my next journey because of it.
Yes, you're from Austin, Texas. We just talked to our Impact residential in Austin, Luca Maloney. Got to speak to him for a moment. Can you tell us about that adjustment, going from Austin, living in the South, to now in the Midwest? Is there more ranch than you expected? Because that shocked me, to be quite honest.
I mean, no, yeah, ranch is huge here. I kind of love it, though. Obviously, there are some things, like, people always kind of trashed me because I said y'all, and I was like, but I feel like now everyone around me says it, so they succumbed to influence. But no, I think the biggest is definitely the weather. Very chilly, and the sports is different here. I feel like in Texas, it's very football, and here people really care about all the sports because of the winter. It's all you have to hold on to it to get through, but I love it, honestly.
It's true. It's almost a life raft in the winter at this point for a lot of Midwestern residents. Now, we have a very special guest calling in the show. First off, I want to mention we're going to be ending the show with a very special guest, my girlfriend Sadie, celebrating 2 years. Sadie, you can speak into that mic real quick. Say hello.
Hi.
Yes, we'll be talking to her very shortly, making the trek over to the Impact studio. Very happy to have her here. A lot of fun.
Yes. Faith, I just want to say, it's been a pleasure working with you. I don't know if you heard on my last broadcast, but not only were you the first person to really give me my opportunity, my first real opportunity here at Impact. But I mean, I don't know how much you know this, but I know you were offered the volleyball beat freshman year. I was originally offered it, and you actually take it before I did. And I love that you did, because you did such a better job than I could have done. And clearly it did a lot more for the station than I probably would have done for volleyball coverage. So like, awesome. I love telling that story. I love remembering that. And again, thank you so much for giving me my opportunity here at Impact. I did not think after my sophomore year I would have gotten the text from you that I was, you guys wanted me to do football, and I got it. And that was one of the greatest moments of my life. So I thank you for that.
Of course. Hey, won a national award calling football, by the way.
Yes, we did.
Yes, pretty awesome stuff. Yes,
Pretty
myself,
cool.
Oscar Henderson, the IBS award. Our stomachs still hurt, apparently.
Such a great game.
Yes.
Great game we called.
No, a great time. But yes, Faith, we got to give you some flowers. While I wait for the next caller to pick up. Thank you for everything you've done. The transition to sports director, seamless because of you. Really appreciate our day. Explain to people the amount that Faith helped me set up for this year. She had everything in the email written out to send to the NCAA officials to get airwave access. I just had to put my name at the bottom. So thank you for letting me copy your homework, Faith. I really appreciate it every day.
Yes, of course. You did a great job, Joe. The sports department is better off with what you've done.
No, thank you. You set it up. You put us all in the right position. We always appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we talked to Allie Cohen earlier a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Faith used to be part of the women's basketball beat together as well. The original union, yes. Great stuff
and
to
Tim
see.
Marshall.
Yes, Tim Marshall. Tim couldn't make it here today. We'll see if we have time to give him a call. We'll see. Said he was cleaning his room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spring cleaning today?
News to me, apparently. Yeah.
So, Joe, not Tyler Butt did get a call back from.
Yes, there we go.
Wow.
Kamaria McDaniel, the former MSU women's basketball player, Joda's Hour episode 27 guest. Kamaria, how are you doing on this Sunday morning?
I'm amazing, man. How are you? It's so good to hear from you.
Yes, I'm doing quite well. For those who don't know, Kamaria from Inkster, Michigan, has done so much with her career, has been spending some time overseas playing basketball. Kamaria, please enlighten us on what that experience has been like for you.
It's been amazing. It's been a blessing, man, honestly. Getting to see the world and do what I love. I'm actually in D.C., just finished up training camp with the Washington Mystics. So just competed in training camp. So I have a couple of training camps from the WNBA under my belt, some overseas teams. I've been to China twice, Turkey twice. So just soaking it all in and, feeling really grateful and blessed.
Everything Kamaria McDaniel does is a W in my book. I just want to say that out there. I'm great. I'm so glad to hear that, Kamaria. She's helped me plenty of times over my career, obviously starring in the Joda's Hour episode. Kamaria, it's been a little bit since we've gotten to talk. Can you tell me what you think you learned most about through your time overseas? What do you think changed about you?
I think what changed about me is my perspective on life, and I know that's very broad, but when I say that, I mean understanding what's important. And when you get to sit, a lot of time I'm sitting with myself, and you start to think and reflect, like, what's really important to me when I come back from being overseas and being kind of isolated. What's important to me? What's a priority? And then coming back and actually prioritizing those things. So, and just my faith, increasing my faith. And it's a lot of uncertainty with what I do, but I've learned that God is going to come through for me no matter what. One day I might be here, another day I'm going somewhere else, but I'm always blessed. I'm always elevating, even when it gets rough. So that's really what I've learned, that God always got my back, and I have to know what's important to me so that I can prioritize that for my happiness.
It really is true, Kamaria. Thank you so much for calling in. I want to say before we let you go, I always appreciate you helping me so much, especially in the early career, coming on the podcast, being willing, just give me the opportunity to talk and learn from you. I will always appreciate that. And anytime you need any help, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
For sure. You too. We always family. Joe D's the best in the world at what you do, man. I'm a big fan.
Thank you, Kamaria. If Kamaria McDaniel has 0 fans on this earth, someone check my residence and see what happened to me last night. Thank you, Kamaria. We appreciate you. Just so we can fit in some time while I call my nephew, Sadie. Please join the mic. Jack Dale, please pass your mic to her. So Sadie, I had it clipped last night, but we can find it real quick.
Lose it.
So I found it right now. So for those who don't know, throughout the football season especially, I did throughout the basketball season a few times, I'd end my broadcast by giving Sadie a shout out because I knew I wouldn't be able to see her that night. So this is one of my favorites. I'll play it right now.
Make this show possible today. Sadie, throw the brownies in the oven. I'm coming home. Thank you all for listening.
That was one of the originals. That's one of my favorites.
That was, I believe, actually an award-winning first one because I believe that was after the Iowa game.
Yes, it was exactly.
So that was an award-winning call right there.
What happened during that game was the last 10 minutes didn't record, but Sadie had been screen recording. So we saved those last 10 minutes. We were able to win the award thanks to it. Sadie, real quick, one question. Can you describe to the audience how it felt for you anytime I'd be away to give those shout-outs at the end and for you to hear them back in East Lansing?
Yeah, it was always so cool.
Right up to the mic, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm new to this. But it was always so cool. Actually, I remember for that one, I was home with my parents, and we were all listening, like my parents and my brothers and I. And I was like, he's about to do it. And then you said it, and it was just so cool. I remember there was another time when I was with my friends, and we all heard it. And it just made me feel so good. I was just so happy.
No, thank you for coming on, Sadie. I love you very much. 2 years with this same one. Pretty awesome stuff. She's somehow been able to handle all the craziness, all of the warrants out for me, everything. You've been great. I appreciate you. She didn't leave when the AVAX turned red, so that's a great sign.
Never would.
Yes, thank you, Sadie. We'll let you step away for now, but thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. Are they on the phone?
Yes, they are.
Well, welcome in two of possibly my favorite guests this entire episode. My nephews, Zachary and Bennett, making their radio debut. How are you two doing this morning?
Good.
I'm doing quite well. I'd like to hear from both of you how you feel. We haven't talked too much sports this episode, so we need some sports in here. So I called the experts. What do you think of the Patriots NFL draft this year?
I think it's alright.
That's the expert analysis we need. It's all right. Well, Zachary and Bennett, before we let you go, I'd like to say I love both of you. Thank you for calling in. I'm happy we could get you over the radio waves of East Lansing.
Love you.
We'll talk to them soon. Thank you to my nephews.
I wonder how Caleb Lomu feels with your nephew calling it just an all right pick for the Patriots.
Well, we didn't get Bryce Behringer, so everyone's quite upset. Or we didn't get, Ryan Eckley. There's too many punters from MSU who get drafted now.
Many.
Punter you, yes. That's how it's been for quite a while. You know, we're going to give a shot in the dark here. He didn't respond to a single one of my texts, but every time I need someone to come through, he seems to. My good friend Oliver, we're going to give him a call, see if Ollie Stu picks up. He was years ago on episode 2 of the Jodas Hour. He gave a man a haircut with no barber experience to set off the show. Start setting off those fireworks, yes. We'll see if he picks up. Very unlikely, but still, there's always a chance.
That's a way to start. That's definitely a way to start the show.
Oh,
Look at that.
He's picking up. This is going to be show-stopping stuff. This man, Ollie Stu, has been mentioned countless times on this show.
Well, you called it, Joe.
Yes, Ollie Stu, I knew that every time I needed someone to pick up the phone when I'm in dire need, you would pick up. How are you doing this morning, Ollie?
I'm great, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Yes, Ollie Stu, great to hear from you. We've had countless guests so far in this episode, from my nephews to sons of former NFL players to current D1 athletes, current people chasing after their dreams. And Ollie, you're one of the best that we could possibly ask for, so I'm so happy for you to be here. Ollie, when I first got involved with the Jodas Hour, you were one of the initial supporters. You helped me film some of the episodes. You were the barber in episode 2. Can you please tell the audience a little bit about your experience with broadcasting and me?
Well, from what I remember from the early days, it was always a great time on the Jodas Hour. Countless memories, lots of laughs, and just endless great times.
Yes. One day when Ollie Stu eventually gets married, I'll be forcing him to do it on the Jodas Hour. I'll be officiating that one day. It'll be forced. One final question for you, Ollie, before we let you go. The question everyone in this room, some people say everyone in the United States is wondering right now, why did you not declare for the NFL draft this year?
The reason is I sprained my ankle. That's the reason.
He didn't want to play in Vegas.
Thank you, Ollie. Yes. Yeah, he didn't want to go to the Raiders. Well, Ollie Stu, thank you for calling in. You made Green and White history today because we have officially reached about 30 guests in one episode. Thank you, Ollie Stu. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. Goodbye.
Bye. There we go. My good friend Ollie Stu. Yes, my confidant. The man who helps shape what the Jodas Hour is and everything today. So thank you for calling in. We've got one guest waiting in the lobby. Sadie, Gabe, I'll send you to get him.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll send Gabe. He'll help out. Thank you. We got one more guest before that. I don't know how the entrance for the guest Gabe is going to go, so it'll be funny to overlap.
Yeah, we'll see how he goes. Got a wild card.
But sorry, Jack. Oh, almost the white
Caught it.
monster. No.
Flurry
Yes.
cough.
We've got my grandfather calling in, a final member of my family. Oh, he's walking in. Josh Ryapan has entered the room. Jack Dale will figure out the call. Josh,
to serenade you for a little bit, actually.
Josh, please give me 2 minutes to talk to my grandfather, and then I want to hear your music the whole time.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I guess your grandpa's a little more important than me.
Just barely. All right, there he is, my grandpa. How are you doing, Grandpa?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. For those who do not know, my number one fan, Sadie's got some competition. It's my grandpa. He's been calling in. He's been listening to every broadcast I've done for years, whether it be hockey, whether it be a random soccer match, baseball, everything, men's basketball, football. And I want to ask you, Grandpa, how's that felt seeing it from your side, your angle?
Seeing you grow, it's been amazing. From day one, to see where you're at now, you've come a long way. We're really proud of you.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Grandma's here too.
I'm excited to see him very soon. He's coming up a couple of days for graduation. He made the trek earlier this year. Got to see the beautiful campus of East Lansing.
Yes, sir.
Got to meet my girlfriend, Sadie. Plenty of great stuff. But, Grandpa, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you always. And thank you for always being my number one fan.
You're welcome. You take care. See you soon.
Love you, Grandpa. Talk to you soon.
Love you too. Go green.
Go white. There we go.
Yes.
Buzzer beater
Yes, we
cover.
hit it.
There we go.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Look at that.
So now, a man we've been waiting quite a while for. A man who needs no introduction. A man who ate a burger out of my pants. Josh Ryapan.
Wendy's 4 for 4.
Yes, a Wendy's 4 for 4. He, I believe, ate the fries and nuggets at some point later. But yes, Josh, please serenade us in some music.
Anyway, so I made this song for Joro. It's actually not my song. It's a Green Day song, but I'm not really good at singing while playing, so I figured I'd just start off with it. Sorry if I mess up. Also, I'm sorry if this gets copyrighted on the air or not. So
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
advance,
say.
I think we have
I'm
good
really sorry
riddance.
to the Impact Station for any fees.
So don't play anything over 30 seconds.
Well,
You
it's
got
gonna be a
30
quick
seconds of
little
music.
thing, okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess I'm playing live.
You
It's my
got it.
first
Go
concert.
right ahead.
You got it.
Oh, come on.
You got it.
this. Anyway,
Perfect.
I
Thank you,
love
Josh.
that was a little, if there was a song I allegedly had to play, allegedly on air,
It would be that
It'd
one.
be
allegedly
that
for
one.
Joe Dez's last show.
It would be that
Yes.
one.
It would have to be that one. But again, honored to be here. In case you don't know me, my name is Josh Ryapan. Nice to be here again. I haven't seen you guys in like a couple of
Yeah,
months.
it's
I feel
been
like.
a
while, man.
minute
A
since I've
hot
seen you,
minute.
Josh.
When you look in the Webster Dictionary, the synonyms for Josh Ryapan are, of course, a dog, him, that guy, a bunch of ones like that. So, Josh, an unforgettable personality. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome, man.
We've got a little call. We're not going to say beyond the grave. He's not dead, but beyond the airwaves
Yep.
right now. Kyle Keegan giving
Oh,
a goodbye message. Yes, we're going to
Oh,
see how this
no.
one goes.
Well, thank you, Joe. All I can say is it has been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be working at Impact for the last 3 years. I've learned so much and been able to grow my knowledge and my craft for broadcasting and just, the field of sports media in general. It has been just so special to not only have all the great opportunities I've had at Impact, working on the women's basketball beat and the football beat and getting to sub in for some men's basketball broadcasts as well. But, beyond all the great opportunities, I think the best part of our station and what it offers is the community that it has and the friends I was able to make.
Oh, okay. That's too bad. Tried
Aw,
checking how much
man.
time was left on it. Deleted the entire thing. But
Staff for this year, but I'm going to miss all you guys. I'm going to miss contributing on the Green and White Report when I can, obviously, and just being around the station and covering sports with my great friends, my best friends, and it's just been, like I said, a pleasure and an honor, and I feel incredibly lucky that I was able to have all the opportunities to be a part of such a special group and such a special radio station, and I'm looking forward to the future, but I'll always think back on my time at Impact and be super happy.
thank you to Kyle Keegan. A message from beyond. He's announcing, I believe, baseball or softball currently. So he's gone. He's doing some other stuff. Let me see if we got a response from Jack Stager. Yes, we did. Jack Stager also sending a message.
Yeah, hey guys, this is Jack Stager here, concluding my sports editor career for Impact, and I just have to say it was some of the best experiences that I've ever had as a student. I mean, not only was I able to do what I love for work, but also I was rewarded with so many amazing different friendships that will be a part of my life forever. And I'm so grateful that Impact was a part of my journey here at Michigan State, and I give a lot of credit to what Impact has built over the years. Because it's truly something special, and I wouldn't have rather done it with a different group of friends. I mean, the men's basketball season was so much fun. One of my biggest highlights here as a student, working with Joe and Tim, and then, of course, all the different photographers as well. Like, everybody was awesome. So I just implore anybody that hears this that they can go and do whatever they want to do. No dream is too big to dream when you have the work ethic to, be with that. And also, when you put your mind towards something, you can achieve anything. So thank you guys for not only a great year, but a great career for me, for my whole time here at Michigan State. I will truly forever appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you to Jack Stager. A great man. He won the BEA award this year for National Men's Basketball Broadcasting for the Duke vs. MSU game. Wow. Pretty great stuff.
Crazy.
Yes. Did Tim Marshall pick up or not? Unfortunate. My roommate will not get a goodbye today. Sorry. We've got one more recording. We're going to go a little overtime today. I'm being greedy in my last show.
We can
people can deal with hearing one last song today. So we've got Jackson Vowinkle, the future sports director. He's going to still be here with you, Gabe.
Sure.
He's got a little goodbye message for all of us, and maybe a hello message for you, Gabe. I haven't listened to it yet. We're going to figure out. Hopefully,
find out.
Not a tirade of barrages of attacks at me. We'll see.
Hey, guys. Vo here. Just want to pop on and talk to you guys a little bit in the final show of Green and White in your tenure. You three have been such a mainstay in the Impact Sports Department in your 4 years here, and are a big reason why the department is the way it is now. And I'm so honored and thankful that I get to continue that legacy and reputation that you've built in one of the best departments, in one of the best radio stations in collegiate radio. So I'm just so proud of you guys, and it's so sad to see you guys go and graduate, but that always happens, and I know the three of you will be successful in whatever you decide as your future career path. And Oscar, it was a fantastic season of hockey for us in the booth. Just so many memories made, so many great times, and a friendship that was created out of it. That at the beginning was not there, but it most definitely was at the end. So I'm super thankful for that, and super thankful for you, buddy, and I wish you the best. Jack David, your prowess as a producer and your fantastic ability to edit and direct for SSR has been an honor to be able to watch you do that in live time. And I know that, regardless of if it's an on-air, an off-air, behind the scenes, or in front of the camera role for you in your career, I know you're just going to be great. And Joey, I really appreciate everything you've done for me. But, the biggest thing is, you give me the role of sports director and filling in your shoes, which won't be easy. But I'll try my best, my friend. And I wish you the absolute best of luck in whatever you choose to do with your future plans. I know you're going to be great, whether you're an on-air talent, whether you're, a news anchor, whether you're a game show host, whether you're a play-by-play guy for wherever you see fit. I know that whatever role you decide to take on, you're going to be great at. So I'm going to miss the three of you guys so much. I love all you guys, and the community that you guys have helped build will be long-lasting, and I hope to continue that in my leadership role now at the station. So, yeah, again, have a great show, or if this is, in the beginning of the show and you hear this, hope the show goes great, and I'm going to miss you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
That's fine.
The exact opposite, unfortunately. But thank you, Bo. We appreciate you. He's going to do great stuff leading the sports department. We've got one more caller. My current roommate, Tim Marshall, joining the fray. Tim, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I unfortunately got preoccupied with the daunting task of moving out. Filled 5 trash bags from junk in my closet, and just got carried away a little, so I couldn't be in person today. But I did want to just call in real quick and just kind of say some appreciative words. It's been a fun 4 years with Impact, and being a part of Green and White at times has been a lot of fun. The conversations, MAB awards, all that fun stuff. It's been something I'll never forget.
Nice. We got to keep this moving. So one question for you, Tim, before we let you go. What does Impact mean to you? What would you like to say goodbye to it?
I would just say community and opportunity. It's a community that is very caring and wants to see the best out of people, and they'll give that to you. You'll get great opportunities. I've been able to travel the country with Impact, going to March Madness and stuff and other cool sporting events. So just those are the two words that come to mind.
Perfect. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate you coming on. A lot of fun traveling with him, a lot of fun living with him this year. We got one more before we just get into our goodbyes for the final 10 minutes of this show, because we're going 10 minutes over. I'm going to be quite honest here. But my other roommate, my first roommate, Aiden Kennedy, he described a funny story of how we met each other, because it's pretty crazy what had to go into us meeting. Here we go.
Freshman year, and the way we met was actually pretty funny. We first met online on one of the Michigan State freshman Instagram, and then we got to know each other, decided to added each other on Snapchat, and was waiting to go to college to see him. And then one day, I was at a Celtics playoff game. I believe it was against the Bucks, and I was just watching the game, enjoying the game. And then I looked on my Snapchat story, and I saw that Joe was also at the game. And I was like, oh, shoot. Freshman Instagram, and then we got to know each other, decided to was at the game. I just got on Snapchat, and then I looked to my right. I was waiting to go to college to see him. Sitting right next to me, and then one day, very similar to Joe, but I was like, playoff game, whatever. Didn't think too much about it. I was texting Joe. I was like, oh, you at the game? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, this is sick. And I think 2 quarters went by, and it was halftime, and I was still like, dude, this guy next to me looks so alike to Joe. Like, it couldn't be. There's no way this is Joe. And then at halftime, I was just like, I got to ask. So I went to the guy next to me. I was like, hey, is your name Joe by any chance? He's like, yes. Is your name Aiden? And we're like, yo, no way. You're my roommate. And we were just like, yo, what are the odds of this, that we sat next to each other out of any of the seats in the stadium? And we got to know each other through there, and ever since it's been history. And it was just such a funny way to meet my roommate.
Yes, pretty crazy stuff. One seat away.
Wild.
His twin brother was between us, and he was the seat over. Yes, so pretty crazy. Out of random. And
that's insane.
Yes, in the nosebleeds, not good seats or anything, but yes,
it was meant to be.
They lost that game, just so you know. The Celtics lost to the Bucks, sadly. But yes, that's all we have for the callers. That's all we have for the guests. Sadie's been gracious enough to stay here. Thank you, Sadie. You can switch to this side so you can stay on mic if you want to join anything at the end. Up to you. We'll see how it goes. But yes, time for our final goodbyes and passing of the torch to Gabe. Would anybody like to start off? Jack, David, Oscar, either of you?
I guess I can start here. Damn, it's time.
Yeah, I know.
It's time, man. I thought we'll see if I have any more tears. I mean, I know I had a lot of them on my last broadcast as a hockey guy. But yeah, man, 4 years. It has been an incredible 4 years here. The ups and downs. I mean, there were so many times here where, I didn't know if this was going to be my career. I didn't know if this was going to be something I was going to end up doing. And just the fact that I got so incredibly lucky and so blessed to be able to be here and do this, I would not ask for anywhere else to be in the world. I said it on my broadcast. As most of you guys know, I'm the only Michigan State person in my family. Everyone else in my family went to Michigan. My sister currently goes to Michigan, and I would not have it any other way, honestly. Like, this has been an incredible journey. This has been an incredible place. I've met so many great people, and I know I'm going to continue to know so many great people. Joe, I'm obviously always going to be in contact with you. Hopefully you get some great jobs over there on the East Coast, and I expect a lot of great things from you. Jack, I already know you're doing a lot of great work in Lansing right now. You're going to be killing it with whatever you do, the multimedia master that you are. And man, I'm sad, man. This sucks. I've looked forward to this every Sunday for the last 2.5 years, man. Like, it has been a mainstay for me, and I don't know. It is never. I know everyone loves to say it's kind of hard to wake up for that 11 a.m. and after a Saturday night, potentially going out. It was never hard for me because I just knew I was gonna have the greatest time ever when I was here, and I was just going to be able to talk sports with some of my friends for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was great. I loved being here, and man, Gabe's going to kill it next year.
Yes.
Jack's going to kill it next year. I can't believe just how we've watched this thing grow and how we've been able to grow it on our own. And this thing is just going to continue to take off in a way that I hope it becomes one of the best college sports shows in the country, honestly. I think we can get there. So I'm so sad this is my last time. I hope this is not my last time on air. I think this won't be, but yeah, it is real right now. It is really real. And God, I don't know what else to say. I think I've covered it all. I got to hear from you guys at this point, man.
Yes, we love you, Oscar. I always love spending the Sundays with you, man. Mutual respect here.
Yeah.
Jack
I'll go
David.
next. Obviously, Joe's going to go last. My dad alluded to this on his call. I wasn't sports broadcasting my freshman year. I was political science. I wasn't even in this field. I wasn't even doing any of this stuff. And then that summer, moved from political science to undecided. Then I entered sophomore year undecided. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. I remember seeing a clip because I was in a fun little club at the time called Sports Perspectives. And Matt Merrifield was a part of that club for a short period of time. And I remember seeing some of those clips with him and Nick Burt. Shout out Nick Burt. And I remember seeing the show, and I was like, man, I really want to do that. And then I, through that, learned of Impact 89 FM, and then joined a meeting, and then met Zach Zerdenik and all the wonderful people that were there at the time. And it kind of just was history from that point on. And I think that's what kind of makes this show so special for me is I don't know if I would be here right now doing any of this if not for this show. This show is the embodiment of what I thought I wanted to do when I was younger, and it's something that I still want to do as I grow older. It's so hard to say goodbye to something that's been a part of your Sundays for 3 years now, but I'm sad with that, but I'm happy that I was able to do it, able to, share mics with guys like Zach Zerdenik, AJ Evans, J-Mo, Matt Merrifield, Allie Cohen, Oscar Henderson, Joe Dez. It truly is the blessing of a lifetime. I will never forget it. I love you two so much. It's hard to really describe it. And yeah, I mean, thank you to Impact. Thank you to Jeremy. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for the nice words. Yeah, it's going to be tough to say goodbye, but excited for the future.
Yeah. Yes, we love you too, Jack.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's gotten to that time. Everyone thinks they can hit a home run until they step up to home plate. It all seems so easy, and then you're chopping at air. I guess we'll say goodbye one final time to these airwaves. First off, I'll start off explaining my journey to how I got here. So I had started, obviously, sports broadcasting back in my high school, and at the end of that, funny enough, I was voted most likely to host a talk show in the future. And this allowed me to do that, so we can at least check that mark off the box. And when I came to Michigan State, my biggest fear throughout my entire life has been whenever I have to go somewhere alone and you don't know people around you and you don't know what the future is going to hold for you. I came to Michigan State and I was alone. I hadn't planned on coming here at first. I had only known about Michigan State because, as I said, Kirk Cousins and Matt. I looked up Michigan State and went, oh, who would ever go there? And turns out me. Turns out I would go there. Turns out that I was the person who was made for here. But you come here, everyone seems nice, but still you're not clicking. You're not finding those people that really fit with you. And you have 50,000 people around you, but you feel alone. And that's not a feeling anybody wants to go through. And then I found Holden Hall. I had worked for Big Ten Plus, and I had heard that there was something going on in the basement of Holding Hall. There's a radio station you can travel and get paid on and make money through. And you can host podcasts. And I joined it. And I covered softball my freshman year, a sport I'd never watched a second of, to be quite honest. And I learned the sport. I covered it. I come here. Spent years as producer. I'm Jack David's chair for a while. You had heard my clip earlier. When I had come first on the radio, I thought that I had been comfortable on air, and then you realize I'm not. You go on air, and your hands are shaking, and you realize, no, my mind's blank, and why is my breathing weird, and everything like that. And it's similar feeling to being alone, where you are there, but you're not fully coherent on what you're doing and who is around you and how you're interacting with everybody. But years of experience here, allowing myself to grow, the people putting me in the right place. At the end of freshman year, I was a little upset I didn't get a staff position at first. And then they made something called the sports producer. Zach Cernak told me this role I think is perfect for you. Apply for it. I apply for it. I start hosting Crunch Time. I've gotten countless experiences through Crunch Time that I would never be able to trade for anything in the world. And I got to connect to all of you further. Gabe, you'll be taking that over soon. I'm excited for you to do it. I know it's going to be great. Watch out for that final episode where Gabe will be interviewing me one final time. But if I looked back at myself when I first came here, I would just tell myself that you're not going to be alone. And eventually you're going to find people that are like family. I found my girlfriend for 2 years and was able to shout her out through football broadcasts, stuff that I would never think of. I got to meet lifelong friends, people that I spent every Sunday with. Couldn't go to church plenty of Sundays because of this show. So you two became sort of my confessional at points where I would confide in you. I'd tell you all the bad stuff I'd done recently and hope that you laugh at it instead of look at me judgingly. And never was a judging look given. It was always laughter. It was always smiles. Always, oh, I've been there too, man. They won't ban you for too long. Stuff like that. But it's been a great time. Being able to come in here, being able to explore myself creatively and actually express myself without restraints is something that so few people get. And it's something I'll always be grateful for because Impact allowed me to find my voice, same as it did with all of you. Mm-hmm. It allowed me to find people that I'll be reaching out to in times of need constantly. I constantly called all my friends and family throughout this one, called people from the past throughout this one because you don't end up at the final destination without the journey and the people that you meet along it. And you can think that you can do everything alone. You can say, I'm going to go against the corporation. I'm going to go against everybody. I'm going to do this by myself and lone wolf it. And nothing's going to be as good as if you collaborate with those around you. For Oscar and Jack, when I took over this year, I was throwing out some crazy ideas. There was even a talk of me coming in every day dressed like a pirate or a sailor at some point. Yeah. That one got scratched off pretty quick. Yeah. But outside of that, you guys have been very reciprocating of allowing me to push the boundaries of the show and always coming in and doing it with grace, doing it with professionalism, and always being willing to push the boundaries and make it something better. And for that, I like to think that we left an imprint on this show. 3 MAB finalists, something that's never happened before in the show's history. There's going to be a national award. I'm making it for this episode. I don't know how, but we're going to find a way to get it.
It will happen.
But when I came here, I didn't know that I'd leave with so many people that I can say I love and that I am so thankful I spent so much time with. And one final time on here, I'd like to say I love you, Oscar. I love you, Jack. Love you, Sadie,
too,
of course. Love you, Gabe. Thank you all for coming in. For a little sign-off for this one, Gabe, I promised to give you some time, but we've gone so over. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Real quick, I'll let you do your intro for the first time on the Green and White Report, and then we're going to give our final sign-off. Please say, welcome to the Green and White Report, hosted by Gabe Souza.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Green and White Report, hosted by Gabe Souza.
Look at that.
Be ready for that every Sunday morning for the next couple of years. Yes,
you know
he's ready.
I think
for
I'm going
this.
to go Gabriel, actually.
He's upping the
formality name now.
Yes.
Formality name.
Some blue light glasses to come in with as well. Yes.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Gabe, for coming in for the back half of the show. We appreciate you being here. Say thank you for coming. Any final words you'd like to say on this radio station?
Oh my gosh, well, I'm just so happy to be here, and I've loved just hearing your voice every Sunday.
Yes, I always love hearing yours. Thank you, Sadie. Oscar and Jack, I got a cool idea for this sign-off. I'm going to say the Green and White Report, hosted by Joe Dez. You'll say Oscar Henderson and Jack David, and then I'll sign it off. Are we all ready?
Yep.
One final goodbye for every Sunday the last 3 years. People who have come in, no matter the condition, no matter the weather, nothing stopping them during blizzards, hail, rain, maybe a few too many last night. Everything that could possibly be a roadblock, we've come in. So for one final time, the Green and White Report, hosted by Joe Dez,
Oscar Henderson,
Jack David,
signing off from WDBM East Lansing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jeremy Whiting, Faith Flickinger, Sadie, Gabriel, Oscar, Jack David, everybody who made this episode possible, everyone who called in. I love every single one of you. Signing off from WDBM East Lansing Impact Radio.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've